Hey. Woo. I go hard, cuz. Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good today. Y'all are getting 2 streams in a week, which is usually unusual, but it's a lot going on. And I want to talk about it. But first and foremost, I hope everybody had a really good Thanksgiving yesterday. My Thanksgiving was really good. I had a good time. I cooked a lot of food. I also went house hopping. So I went to go visit a few people as well. So it was just awesome. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is gonna be a call-in show. I they were having a Black Friday sale. Let me just keep it real. They was doing 50% off of Block Talk Radio, and y'all know I used to do Block Talk Radio. We used to do Table Talk with T. Ronan was my co-star at the time, and this was like 10 years ago. So before people ever started doing like a bunch of call-in shows and stuff, we was doing this 10 years ago. And so they were having a 50% off sale. So I was like, you know what? Let me renew my account so that way I can start taking calls again. My app is finished. It's available on Apple and on Android, but we still gotta do some test runs on it before I roll it all the way out. But it is finished. The Apple Store finally approved us after 6 months. So we will be getting back the Green Room, app for like Lovelyti TV. But until we get all that worked out, I need to start doing my call-in shows. I miss my call-in shows. I miss listening to y'all, give y'all's opinions and stuff like that. So we're gonna use Blog Talk Radio for now. I'm gonna start the call-in show about 6:40 ish, because I have some clips I want to show y'all before we start taking calls. And I know YouTube and StreamYard, they've been having some type of issue where my stream freezes like an hour and a half into the stream. I do not know why that is. If that happens during the call-in show, it will just be an audio show because the audio still works. So just listen to the audio and I'll try and refresh and, log back on. But hopefully we can get through the 2 hours without too much of a headache. And thank you to everybody who got some shirts the other day. My ugly Christmas sweater, lovely t-shirts. Again, I will have the link down here. It's on my Shopify site. So if you want a shirt, you have to place an order before November 30th. That is when we're going to print everything out and ship them out. So shout out to everybody who went and grabbed the shirt. Thank you guys. I'm glad y'all like the design. I appreciate y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get on to the show. It is a lot going on here. Somebody said, what's the number? Y'all should have it. I posted it. Okay, so right now, we got to talk about all of this stuff that's going on with Diddy. So, I was shocked yesterday when I was, minding my business, okay? Eating my good food that I done cooked. And the night before, he had got hit with another lawsuit. But like I told y'all the other day, I said now that he's settled with Cassie, I said watch the lawsuit start rolling in, okay? I knew they were going to start rolling in, and he got not only one but 2 lawsuits literally within 48 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and share the first lawsuit with y'all. I'm going to read this really quick. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Give me just a second here. Okay. So this was the first one that came out. All right. So Diddy is accused of a 1991 essay of a college student in new lawsuit. So they're saying this essay lawsuit was filed in Manhattan Supreme Court on Thursday. The allegations come just days after Diddy settled a different lawsuit accusing him of R and abuse. And again, I can't say these words because of YouTube's algorithm, so I apologize. According to court documents obtained by People, a woman named Joy Dickerson Neal is accusing Diddy, 54, of drugging and R-ing her when she was a college student at Syracuse University in 1991. Attorneys for Dickerson Neal claim that she was a victim of revenge porn after the music mogul allegedly recorded the incident and shared the tape with others in the music industry. Diddy is denying the allegations, claiming Dickerson Neal fabricated the story. The last-minute lawsuit is an example of how an intention law can be turned on its head. Ms. Dickerson Ms. Dickerson's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her. She implicates companies that don't even exist. This is purely a money grab, nothing more. A spokesperson for the rapper wrote in a statement to People. So that is what was written. Then everybody went to bed, you know what I'm saying, after prepping their meals, only for us to wake up on Thanksgiving. This fool got hit with another damn lawsuit. So we're going to go ahead and read this one. All right, so this is the other lawsuit that came out. Third accuser sues Sean Combs for SA. Sean Combs has been hit with a third lawsuit alleging SA under the Adult Survivors Act that expired after Thanksgiving. The new complaint from an anonymous accuser alleges that Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall. We about to get into some things, honey. Okay? Aaron Hall took turns R-ing the plaintiff and her friend in 1990 or 1991. And that Diddy turned violent during a rage days later. In the filing obtained by Rolling Stone, Jane Doe alleges that she and her friend met Diddy and Hall at an event hosted by MCA Records, the distributor of Uptown Records, at the company's offices in New York. Combs and Hall were very flirtatious and handsy with Jane Doe and her friend, offering them drinks throughout the night. As the event was winding down, Combs and Hall allegedly invited the women back to Hall's apartment for an after party. While at Hall's apartment, Jane Doe was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Combs, the filing claims. After Combs finished doing his business, Jane Doe laid in bed, shocked and traumatized. As she was in the process of getting dressed, Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced Jane Doe to have sex with him. So it is getting real out here. Let me say this. I was highly shocked. You know, I don't keep up with Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall was a part of R. Kelly's entourage. If y'all remember Public Announcement. You remember that song back in the day? I remember we used to do the dance in 8th grade. Yippee-yi-yo, gotta work that body, baby. Gotta work. Okay, we shouldn't have been singing that in 7th and 8th grade, but whatever. The song lives in my head rent free. So I remember him from Public Announcement and, you know, running the streets with R. Kelly. Hell, I think I used to get them mixed up for R. Kelly when I was younger because they both were dark-skinned with bald heads. So, you know, I knew that Aaron Hall was shady because I remember back in the day when we were younger when it came out that he had knocked up Gloria Velez. And y'all know I love me some Gloria. And so, yeah, he was also in Guy. He was in Guy, but he was also with Public Announcement. Or was he not in Public Announcement? I know he did a lot of stuff. Okay, so thank you. Hold up. Shy Renee says Public Announcement, and then he was in Guy. Yeah, don't play with me. Don't play with my memories, okay? Let my old ass, you know what I'm saying, reminisce. Because I'm like, hold up, he was in Public Announcement. Thank you, Shy Renee. Shout out to the 90s girls in there. Look at these babies trying to tell us something, trying to argue with us grown folks. I keep telling y'all, if you were born in 2000s or you know, later, sit back and just sip tea. Don't get me confused. Let me enjoy my 90s memories, okay? They live in the back of my head rent free. Because I'm like, hold up now. I remember the dance and shit. Don't have me get up and do the little dance, child. So anyhow, I remember when we was younger because Gloria Velez was like, you know, this really beautiful video vixen. And this was in the 90s, you know, and a lot of young girls wanted to, like, you know, get into the industry and be a singer, be a video vixen. It looked so glamorous. And I remember hearing later on that she got pregnant by Aaron Hall and she was a teenager. Now, the thing that was crazy is I remember Aaron Hall's song, I Miss You. That song still brings me tears. It will still make me cry to this day if I hear it. I went through a lot with my second pregnancy, and I remember like listening to that song and just like, oh my gosh, I hope I make it through this pregnancy, because I remember the video back in the day. And so, you know, I knew he obviously had issues because he knocked up a teenager. But when I tell you I was shocked when I ran across the Vlad TV interview that he did, I had never seen it before until this morning. excuse me, Hollywood Unlocked posted it. And this interview is just very disturbing. This man is so vulgar and disgusting. Like, literally, he has ruined. Like, I'm so tired of all these old heads literally ruining my childhood. I love that song, Missing You. It's such an emotional song. I remember when that came out in elementary school. And to know that the man who sung that song, this is who he is. He's on Vlad TV with Bishop Don Juan, the pimp that used to run around with Snoop Dogg. And he just sounds like just an old pervert. Just a disgusting, vile person. And, you know, again, I love me some Gloria Velez. You know, she's a tea sipper and everything. Oh, and quiet as it's kept. Her and Vlad are now, you know, they got some beef. So remember how she was on the podcast and we tried to support her podcast and then Vlad got my Instagram page taken down? Well, now it looks like she's about to leave his podcast because Vlad ain't treating her right. You should have known that after he's, you know, snatched down my shit. But anyway, shout out to Gloria. She'll be fine without Vlad, child. So let me go ahead and play y'all this video of, it's just the audio of this interview. This was very, very disturbing to just listen to him. I was shocked when I went to go like watch the interview today. I was just blown away because I did not know Aaron Hall was such a piece of work. But again, this is how it was in the 90s. We gonna talk further, child. So we're gonna watch this. Let me shrink this a bit. Very disturbing stuff. Okay. All right, listen to this here.
Can't no bitch out there say that she handled my shit. My father's a pastor, so my whole thing is that my grandfather being a pimp is just like I'm third generation Aaron Hall third. My father's is Aaron Hall Jr. He's a pastor, so I just skipped over it like checkers. And my whole thing is that if you never heard a girl say that no fucked up trick shit about Aaron Hall, then you understand that Let's Chill shit is some real shit.
So that was basically like from some life experience?
Now my whole thing is that I just think that girls think that a whole lot of guys, you know, run after they shit. You know what I mean?
Talk to me. You can say what you want on there.
But a whole lot of girls out there with them umbilical cords, them young 1970s, 1980s bitches. Yeah. You know what I mean? They try to go up there with the fresh out the pussy shit and think they can get like a nigga like Aaron Hall. I'm historical dick.
Yeah.
They fuck with me.
That's right.
If they fuck with me, it's a big dick. Everybody know my son's mother. Everybody know that shit. So
yeah, that's Gloria. Tell them about it.
So when you put Aaron's on it, when you fuck a bitch for 3 days and take the bitch hand and take him out of the man's hand, then you a retired pimp.
Yeah.
But at the time, as soon as I came to South Beach, I just grabbed her, and she'll tell you the same story. I just grabbed her and fucked her for 3 days, then Aaron's got on a pussy with an apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Like it's Aaron.
I mean, it was
three
like,
colors on it.
Yeah, crazy glue.
And my whole thing is this, is that if niggas can't handle me, I'm not gonna never let them get my last name. If you can't handle my dick, you ain't getting my last name. So I've been single for 50 years.
All right, now.
A whole lot of niggas out there from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'm gonna fuck it to death. I like the fucking public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I fuck. Like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house. They all see me fuck. They all know I'm a big nigga. Yeah. Like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house. They all see me fuck. They all know I'm a big nigga.
Yeah.
If a bitch touch my dick and she say my dick is small, then she's a lying bitch.
Yeah.
Tell her to name the tattoo that's on my rib that says warning. You get this nigga, I'm fucking you up.
Luke said that he introduced you to Gloria Velez.
Luke didn't introduce me to no Gloria Velez. We can call Luke right now. You know what I mean?
He said it in an interview a while ago.
Look what I'm saying to you. She was standing up with a Jamaican rapper named Mad Lion.
Okay, I know who that is.
Big Pun, Fat Joe, Method Man, like whoever you speak to, just ask them how I did it. I got out the limo, grabbed her hand, went upstairs and fucked her. Luke didn't never fucking introduce me to anybody.
Okay.
In his life. I love Luke to death.
He just had on.
But can't nobody look, the reason why he's saying he he introduced me to because it's a good thing to say, okay, I introduced Aaron Hall to this girl.
it is
I
good.
took her. Me and Gloria's cool. We got cool in 2 weeks. You feel me? I'm a boss. I ain't gonna argue with you about no shit and you an umbilical cord bitch. You fucking 35, 36 years old. I'm not gonna disrespect you, but I'm a boss motherfucker. And I love my son, so I ain't gonna break probation by fucking with you and not being able to speak to him again.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But when I speak to a nigga that got dick and balls, he can never say introduce me to no bitch. Nobody ain't never introduced me to a bitch in their life. I wish they did. The thing is that you can ask Gloria though. It has nothing to do with me. I don't like talking about no man.
No.
We both Adam first.
You know something? I just remembered that Gloria had tattooed Aaron's right above
In
her,
black, red, and green.
right above her vagina.
Right above it with a parenthesis with an S.
Right.
Aaron's.
It
So
belongs to.
Look. When I saw her, she was dancing with Luke, you know. I didn't know she was a puppy, you know what I mean?
That's right.
She was tall, she was big, blonde hair, bone with the black pant leather. I was like, I'm getting that. Everybody knows I couldn't even really speak then. I had a speech impediment. I don't stutter anymore. So I just went there and just grabbed her hand and went inside the hotel and gave it to her. You feel me? So she gonna say Luke is lying. You feel me?
Okay.
Because I don't lie on my dick. You feel what I'm saying? My mother was Puerto Rican, from Ponce. So when I see anybody that's Spanish, I'm gonna grab them.
Okay.
I ain't gonna ask if you holding the hand all loose and you holding a conversation with a nigga.
Preach.
I'm gonna take your bitch. She chose up already. Now she wanna go renegade? Go renegade, bitch.
At what point did she get the tattoo?
3 days after I fucked her.
3 days.
3 whole days. If anybody can do that shit, I don't care if you was married, I don't care if you was engaged and your anniversary, if your bitch did that shit, then I'll stop singing I Miss You. But my whole thing is this, is that I love Gloria to death because she gave me a beautiful son.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So my whole thing is that I want to make sure that it's right. I love my son Aaron Robin Hall IV to death. I ain't seen him in 15 years, but I love him to death. We talk all the time. Gloria didn't do no bad thing to me. I thought she was older. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes I see a puppy on the field when I'm doing dog training. I think it's a year old or 2 years old, and it'd be like 8 months. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So when I saw her, everybody was trying to get at her.
Right.
Why y'all scared of her? I took her. I couldn't even talk. I had a speech impediment. Ask her.
Yeah, because they didn't know what to do.
They ain't know what to say.
Man, whew, that was fucking triggering. So, years later, Gloria was on her page and she was talking about her life. She says, I've experienced a lot in the industry and never spoke out because I did not want to hurt anyone's career, even though they hurt me. The only reason why I spoke out about my son's father was because I had to protect my son from him. It wasn't about me. All my life, I've heard, yeah, you was young, but look at you, your body, you're beautiful. So society blames women always. Look how you're dressed. Why did you go with him, etc. A young girl, naive, looking up to older men, doesn't give him the right to take advantage of her. I believe those women she was saying something else. And then in the comments, somebody asked her, and they said, you look so young here. She said, I was 17. So that audio, like I said, I've never heard that until today. That audio to me was disgusting. He literally spoke about the mother of his child like she was a dog. Called her a puppy. I didn't know her age. Her body was on point. She looked grown. You know, just his lack of respect. And this is a man, you know, this wasn't recorded in the 90s. This was recorded about 9 years ago. So this man was in his 50s, like late 50s, talking like this. With this hypersexual talk. The pimp is on the show with them. Just disgusting. And I want to know who the hell was the female laughing and cackling in the background. You know, that's the part that's even disturbing, that a female would even be in this room. I'm disgusted listening to this. And there's a woman in the room and red flags are not raising for you. You're just laughing and kikiing like this is funny. It's disturbing. Because not only did he sleep with somebody underage, she also had his child. And then he went on to abandon that child. Y'all heard him say, oh, that's my son. I love my son. I ain't seen him in 15 years, but I talked to him. You being a phone dad is not the same as being in that child's life and actually taking care of that child. You know, and this is a man who wrote, I miss you. Like, that's the part that has me blowed right now. Because that video, like this was back in the 90s. When I tell you, when you go back and you watch videos from my era, it was like mini movies. Like the other day I was watching Twisted by Keith Sweat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a mini movie. So like Missing You was like a mini movie. The lady's pregnant, she goes to give birth, she dies giving birth, and he's left to raise the baby. Like it was such an emotional video. So then when we found out years later, and I forgot, what publication she did the interview with, but when we found out years later that was her baby daddy and that he had not seen the son or taken care of the son, I remember that shocked me. Finding this out in like my early 20s, like, wait, what? The man that wrote Missing You? Like you wrote a song about somebody losing their life during childbirth. You know what I'm saying? So for you to not take care of your own child is insane to me. And the fact that he's bragging about it years later is just sad. So again, the 90s, let me get this out of frame. The 90s were a different time. A lot of this stuff was seen as acceptable, and people get upset and they're like, oh, why wasn't more done back? It's just what it was. It's just what it was. And I don't care if it was the industry, if it was my high school. You know what I'm saying? A lot of older guys talk to younger girls. Older guys were always pulling up to our high school. I told you my high school had a daycare in it, okay? Most of the girls who had kids in our daycare, because I took daycare first hour, I would make the kids breakfast. Everybody knows this. I worked in the daycare. And a lot of the daycare kids are all grown now, so it's funny when I see them. But most of the girls that were in the daycare with babies, they were all for teen moms. So you could still go to school and your baby would be down in the daycare and we'd, watch the kids and all that stuff while you went to class. Most of the fathers of those teenagers, they were all grown. I don't think, out of all the girls in the daycare, I don't think any of their baby daddies were other 15, 16, 17-year-old guys. All of the baby daddies were grown men in their 20s. And that's just what it was, you know what I'm saying? And looking back on it, it's really fucked up. And people say, well, why did they wait so long? Why did they wait so long? You got to understand, a lot of times you don't even realize things are wrong until you get older and you look back on it. And it's just like, damn, it was just so many predators around us. We didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. Like a lot of us were teen parents. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember like a lot of my friends, when they got pregnant, they were like 14, 15, 16. And when we think back at like our baby daddies, they were grown. They were grown. And it's like, it's easy to blame the girl and be like, you're fast, you're fast, you're fast. But you got to think about it. When you're a teenager, you want to be older. You want to fit in. So when you got older guys giving you attention and saying, oh, you look grown, you're pretty, and you're not getting that attention, from like your family, your parents, you're very susceptible to that as a young girl. It does not make it right, but that's just what it is, and it's sad. Yep. And a lot of people in the chat, yep, a lot of us were teen parents. I'm glad that teen parenthood is dropping, but yeah, a lot of us had kids really young, back then. And when you look back on it, a lot of us were taken advantage of, and it's sad. And I don't know, it just really triggered me today. That's why I was like, I gotta go live and talk about this, because it really triggered me listening to how he spoke. And it just lets me know, like, a lot of these dudes, they did not care about us. They did not care. It was just a game to them. It was just like a hunt to them. You know what I'm saying? Because for him to be talking like that years later is insane. Like, she gave birth to your child. You know what having a baby and going through a pregnancy as a teenager, the toll that it takes on you when you haven't even grown up yourself, and now you have to bring a life into this world, and you're not even mature enough, and you're not even understanding your body, let alone another human growing inside of you as a teenager. And for him to just be talking like that is just so fucking callous. It just really triggered me. You know what I'm saying? Because I really like Gloria, and she's always just, the few times we've talked, she's just a sweetheart. And the industry is such an ugly place. And then I think back to like watching the Big Pimping video, and all of me and my friends think, oh my God, they're so lucky. And, they're on there, they're at Carnival, and they're hanging with Jay-Z and Damon Dash. And when you look back on it, it's like, what was really going on that boat? you know, when the cameras weren't around. You know, and then we look at relationships, you know, with Jay-Z and Foxy Brown. You know, a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but Foxy has put it out there over the years that she lost her virginity to Jay-Z at 15. I don't believe that Jay-Z and Beyonce just, you know, mysteriously got together at 19. He'd been hollering at her. And see, and then another thing too, we got to look at the parents. A lot of parents back then, they were okay with older guys talking to younger girls because they felt like, well, I'd rather have my daughter dating a Jay-Z or an R. Kelly, somebody who can, you know, who has money, who can take care of all of us, who can take care of the family, than her wasting her time with another 16, 17-year-old who ain't got shit. So a lot of the parents were cool with this as well. So this wasn't even just an industry thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of my homegirls, and I don't care if you was in the industry, if you was a dope boy back then. When men have power, power can go to some men's heads. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, yes, Brandy and Wanye. Wanye was like 30 messing with Brandy, who was 16. Remember, Brandy and Adina Howard were beefing. Adina Howard was a grown woman. They were beefing. And it was just normal to us. Look at Monica was fucking C Murder. Or C Murder was fucking her. I guess you should say that. They were in a full-fledged relationship. That is why Monica is still stuck in 1998. You know, because those soul ties are strong. When somebody messes with you as a teenager and then like you reconnect later on back in life, it's almost like you get taken back to that place when you were a teen. You know, because that piece is missing. That's why she's all up this jailbird's ass now. Because he had been fucking on her since she was 14. Or 15. But again, it was normal back then. Aaliyah too. You know, it was a lot. Somebody said Janet Jackson and Magic. Wait, Janet Jackson and Magic Johnson? What? I didn't know about that. That's before my time, child. That sounds like something from the 80s. I wasn't around. I was too young. I didn't know they talked. Yes, Kobe and Vanessa. I did a whole breakdown about Kobe and Vanessa's relationship. So, yeah, it's really sad. Let me just share some of these clips here that I have pulled up. So we're gonna watch this here real quick about Jay-Z and Foxy, because a lot of people like to act like, yes, Foxy's an asshole. She has her issues, and she likes to throw shit at people and run off with free services. She doesn't like to pay to get her hair done. She'll just run out your beauty salon. But that does not negate that Foxy definitely went through it in the industry. So we're gonna watch this video on TikTok really quick here. About Truth Is talking about Jay-Z and Foxy Brown's.
This was this article posted by TMZ where they claim Foxy Brown stated Jay-Z hooked up with her when she was 14 and he was 24. She claims that he was her first time, and according to this TMZ article, she even claimed Jay-Z was into transitioned women. Over the years, many people have actually said Jay-Z was in a relationship with Foxy Brown back then, one being Nick Cannon, who during an interview with Dame Dash pressed him on the situation. Nick Cannon straight up brings up the fact that when he met Foxy Brown, she was 16 and was introduced to him as Jay's girl. This question made Dame Dash visibly uncomfortable.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed? But
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I'm just asking a question.
I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everything.
You the boss.
Yo, don't beat around the bush. That's what you want.
I'm just
What do you mean by that question?
I'm just asking.
What are you insinuating?
I'm not insinuating. I just asked the
Brown?
question.
I
I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
It sounds like you.
All I'm
it
saying
sounds
is
like
in
you
this
got
industry,
trouble.
we live
It
in
seems
these
like
glass
you got. It
houses.
seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Y'all keep asking me questions. Want to ask him because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't got to do with that, and I don't even know nothing about that. Ooh, you playing?
You my man.
I know, not with me. When you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just now?
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
We got Jay.
All right, so y'all just saw that. Let me share this other clip here. Now, remember Kimora Lee? For a long time, I talked about this on social media, where Kimora Lee would be, getting offended and, always taking up for Russell Simmons. But she finally came out. I did a video about this a few months ago and finally admitted that Russell took advantage of her. Russell had been chasing her. You know, she was modeling at like 13. He'd been trying to get with her since she was like, 15, 16 years old. I remember old clips of Tyra Banks calling Russell a dirty old man, So we're going to go ahead and re-listen to this.
I think but I met this person when I was in high school in St. Louis, Missouri. I was modeling. I was 16 years old. Like, I've known you, and everybody knows. Again, that's documented. You can see. I believe I was maybe a sophomore. I know it was before junior prom and senior prom because I went to both of those proms alone with my friends when I was dating them. So it was definitely long before junior and senior prom. I think it was around sophomore year of high school. And again, everybody knows this in my life. They know I was walking around, they see me. The point of it is I've known you a long time and I've seen lots of stuff and I just choose to not go there. Lots of things that I could say over the time.
All right. Next. Okay, so y'all remember that clip. Basically calling out Russell. Now, remember when Misa, I did a video, who put a ticket, if I remember that video I did a few years ago, where Misa was cussing everybody out when people were putting two and two together, that she was with Puffy at 16, got pregnant with Justin, and that, she was a teen mom. She didn't want to claim it back then. She went off on everybody. This was during the whole R. Kelly situation. Remember when R. Kelly was going through it, I kept saying, y'all keep talking about R. Kelly, but there's a lot of R. Kelly, men in the industry, not just him. And Misa was going in. She was cussing everybody out. Well, I found this old article. Y'all know my ass will go digging for some shit. So I got receipts. Since she don't want to claim it, we gonna read this. So this article was initially written, I want to say like in 2008 or something like that. But we're going to go ahead and read this. Misa Hylton championed hip-hop style in the 90s. Now she's got a new mission. Misa Hylton started styling celebrities when she was 17 years old, dating Sean Combs. Oh, I love some good receipts. So while she tried to sit here and cuss everybody out, let me zoom in. This article is showing that she was a teen when they got together. So Misa was only 17 years old and still in high school when, with the help of her then boyfriend, A&R intern Sean Combs, he had yet to go by moniker P. Diddy, Puffy, or Diddy. She began styling emerging hip-hop acts. Fast forward almost 2 decades later, the Mount Vernon, New York native, who has a son with Diddy, has become wholly responsible for dressing some of the most influential hip-hop artists of the 90s. From Lil' Kim to Mary J. Blige. So remember, the way that she first, she was doing her thing. This is one of the outfits she put together for Lil' Kim. It was the 90s, child. When they first met, she was dressed in Jodeci. And she said basically she was in the right place at the right time. Her boyfriend at the time, Sean Combs, was an intern. When we met, he had just got promoted to A&R, and I was there as he was working with the group and shaping their album. I was able to help him work on their image to sell to Andre Harrell. At the time, the look was R&B singers were hard-bottom shoes and suits. We had that, and what was considered a crazy idea was to put these singers in leather, combat boots, hoodies, and baseball caps and turn them backwards. Andre immediately said, hell no, but after 2 hours of going back and forth, we convinced him to give us this opportunity. And after the transformation, Jodeci's career catapulted. Andre came back to me with another opportunity, this time for a female solo artist. He thought we'd work great together since I was from Mount Vernon and she was from Yonkers, New York. Her name was Mary J. Blige. Okay? So one thing we do here, we keep receipts. Okay? So when she was trying to argue and cuss everybody out, I was like, she's a liar. I just didn't have the receipts at the time because I didn't feel like digging for it. But I was like, no, we're gonna pull these receipts out today. Okay? So again, this was the 90s. That's just what it was. Do I have an issue with people dating younger? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I've told y'all that before. You know, young guys come at me all the time. But, you know, they have to be at a certain age. I think, like, when you're talking about teens, you know, even upwards of 21, that is still very young. Yes, they can drink. Yes, they can fight in war. Yes, you can have a damn baby. All that stuff, right? But mentally, though, it's very different. It's very different mentally. And people need to understand that. And especially when, you know, babies are involved and, you know, when there's like such a huge age gap and it's like an older man or just even somebody with power and money and it's a younger person, you know, it can cause for a very interesting dynamic. So again, I just feel like, you know, Misa was young and now fast forward, okay, to just a few months ago. Remember, after Justin got caught up drunk driving, Misa went off. She was tired of hiding for P. Diddy and making excuses for him. So let's not forget, this was just in June of this year when her son got caught drunk driving. So let me share this with y'all. Give me just a second. So remember, I did a video on this, okay? Justin was caught drinking and driving in Beverly Hills. And so Misa went off. This is what she wrote. She says, everyone has to sit around for years and act like there isn't anything wrong with you. This is where the buck stops for me, 100. Then she says, the statement of fish rots from the head down means that in addition to being a major contributing factor in a family or organization, success leadership is also the root of its failure and demise. The truth shall set you free. Then she says, I'm not protecting no one anymore, just my son. 100. Those were all shots at Diddy. Okay? So it seems like I said, we are definitely in the age of Aquarius, like I did my deep dive on. And I think a lot of people are looking back on their trauma and the things that they've gone through. And they're now like having a reawakening. Remember, for years, Kimora Lee, if you brought up anything about the age difference with her and Russell, oh, she'd cuss you out. Y'all are just jealous. I'm the owner of Baby Fat. I'm rich. Kiss my ass. Now we fast forward to 2023. She's crying and talking about how he, you know, groomed her as a 16-year-old. We fast forward to 2023. Just a few years ago, Misa was cussing everybody out, talking about she wasn't no teen mom, you know, and trying to change her birth date. Now she's coming out and basically saying that, you know, a fish's head rots at the top. So I think a lot of people are just waking up and they're tired of covering for some of these powerful men. You know, the whole situation is just insane. Let me go ahead. I'm going to read some of these super chats. Then we're going to start taking some calls. Again, the whole thing, it's sad. It's very, very sad. Again, like I said, this is what it was in the 90s. You know, it was just normal. And even before then, like I told y'all before, some of y'all's grandparents are like 15, 20, 30 years apart. You know, grandpa got with grandma when she was 13 and he was 25. So I think we live in a space now where people are able to talk about this more free. You know, do these relationships still happen? Of course. You know what I mean? But I think now it was like the Wild Wild West back then. I think now if you have somebody who's dating somebody significantly younger, they have to move accordingly. They have to move better. You know what I'm saying? There can't be just blatantly abusing them the way Puff and others were alleged to have done. I mean, think about it. The lady is filing a lawsuit against Aaron Hall and Diddy. Aaron Hall said in an interview 9 years ago that Diddy and Jodeci know what his peen looked like. Sounds to me like y'all were running trains on bitches together. Because why would other grown men know that you're hung like a horse? Why would you want them to know that you're hung like a horse, Aaron? That's all I'm saying. And then the way he's just bragging about, you know, smashing and impregnating Gloria Velez is just insane to me. So, yeah, it's a lot. We're going to get into a lot of things. Let me go hit here. Daguna Celestine sent $10. She sent a super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, love. Okisha Daily sent 10, says, I've been watching since your hair tutorials. Love you, T. Love you, too. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. I am Mandy T sent $20. Thank you, Mandy. Appreciate you, love. Chanel Phillips sent 99 cents. Thank you, Chanel. Let's see here. Miss Diva says, I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving, love. Looking beautiful as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving as well. Dexter Davis says, these dudes are messing up my 90s R&B playlist. Child, you ain't never lied. I was in the kitchen, cooking and, getting stuff ready. And y'all know, like, one of my favorite songs is by 112 and Mace, Only You. And all I hear is Diddy in the background. I'm just like, shut up and let me enjoy the song. Like, it's hard. Like, I'm sorry. I'm still going to listen to my music, okay? Like I said, if Step in the Name of Love comes on by R. Kelly, I'm not changing it. If Feeling on Your Booty comes on, I'm not changing it. I like music. But I was just like, it was just annoying me because I'm just like, I just want to enjoy music without these people messing up my childhood. Like, it's just too much. And then you got arrogant ass Lauryn Hill out here talking about, oh, she has the right to be late and who cares? Who gonna check her? I'm like, damn. Now I feel away every time a Lauryn Hill song comes on my playlist. But yeah, I was listening to Only You Get Mad, man, because that's my jam. You can hum all you want to, come all you want to. Money, I'ma flaunt you. Girl, I wanna flaunt you. I'ma always want you when nobody wants you. If I die now, my love will still haunt you. Mace ain't the one that'll pay for your phone. Mace be the one that'll take you home. Okay, let me stop. Damn it, Puffy. I'm sorry, he made the Bad Boy era had good hits. I know all these words from the top of my head. So no, I'm not gonna just not listen to the music. I'm sorry. Y'all can feel free to judge me. When that song comes on, I'm rapping it verbatim. But yes, I agree, Dexter. They are fucking up my playlist. Okay? Now I really feel away, but I Miss You. That's like one of my favorite songs. Now when it comes on, I have to be reminded of this idiot on this Vlad TV interview talking about how, P. Diddy and Jodeci done seen his peen. Like, Aaron Hall is a whole weirdo. I had no idea that it was that bad. Yes, Junior Mafia, all that stuff. He made too much music. So, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and lie like I'm never going to listen to anything Bad Boy again. Shit. Like I said, a good R. Kelly song come on. I know all the words. I believe I can fly. I'm going to be singing along. I'm sorry. This is the soundtrack of my life, okay? So it just sucks. It sucks. But yeah, I'm not deleting shit. I paid for it. It's mine. Jordan said $9.99 says, hey T, I've been a tea sipper for 3 years now. I love your commentary. Keep doing you. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming through tonight, sis. Lady Lex sent $1.99, says he allegedly raped Patra. Not Patra, the Jamaican singer. I'm on a romantic call. I'm calling to my baby down on the... What? Who, Aaron Hall? I didn't know that. Let me Google this. Aaron Hall and Patra. Hello, mommy. Can I speak to Bobby? Cross the ocean and I'm feeling very lonely in my sleep. Mommy, won't you wake him for me? I'm on the phone. I want to talk to my baby. Oh my God, I love me some Patra. Hold up. Okay, I remember they did have a song, Scent of Attraction. Well, hold on now. They said they did a show together. Oh, that was in 1996. I don't know. He did something to Patra. Aaron Hall's a sicko. Oh. Oh my gosh. He was arrested in... Oh, I did not know this. There's postings all the way back from 2017 that's why she left the industry, because Aaron Hall allegedly arred her. Oh, wow. And somebody said that he was arrested for art in the mid-90s. So Aaron Hall is just a deviant. Y'all are spilling tea, honey. Y'all are bringing it. I'm like going through a range of emotions right now. Like, what? And I love Patra. That was my song growing up. Huh. Whew. Yeah, Cassie done started a whole snowball effect. I think more people gonna come out. Patra need to come out too and sue Aaron Hall's ass. I loved her music growing up. That's like one of the original queens of dancehall. For real, for real. I didn't know he was that crazy. Now remember when I was doing all the Time's Up Me Too stuff on Hollywood, you know, the whole Harvey Weinstein situation. I was probably one of the few black people covering it. I kept saying eventually they're going to have to drain the swamp. It's not just Hollywood. Everybody's so focused on Harvey Weinstein, but it's not just Hollywood. It's not just the casting couch. This also goes on in the music industry. So I think right now the music industry is having their own Me Too movement. And let's also not forget the economy's bad and people, you know, people need a check too. So people got a story to tell. They gonna tell it. It's insane. A lady sent $2 says, put this grapist under the jail. I agree. Blatino Boy sent 5 says, the fact that any woman would allow this hideous creature on top of them is wild to me. The fact that he has offsprings is hard to imagine. Well, you need to understand, when people have money and prestige and fame, you can look like Biggie. No shade towards, you know, the notorious B.I.G., but we all know he wasn't the finest. He said it himself, big, black, and ugly as ever. However, I stayed Coogee down to the socks, okay? Doesn't matter. If you have money, fame, and prestige, do y'all think Diddy's the finest person in the damn tool shed? No. He's very basic looking, okay? But again, when you have money and fame, people will dismiss all of that. You could have just a cyclops eye in the middle of your forehead. If you're famous, people will fuck with you. Look at that boy that was famous for nothing because he had a wide neck. Even he was getting cooch. Remember, and he was just a jailbird. He was always in jail. They called him Big Neck. He just be in the mugshots like this. Even females were throwing coochie at him. So again, it's not shocking at all. It's not shocking. It's sad but true. Let's see here. Hall was in Guy, not PA. Oh, he wasn't in public announcement. I thought he was. I'm 47. Please read the lyrics to Don't Be Afraid. It's very grapey. This is so sad that we have to use grapes because we're not allowed to say the R word. It's just very sad. I don't think I've heard that song, Don't Be Afraid, but people were talking about it on the Shade Room, that I think it's about taking somebody's virginity or something. Let me see, because I don't think I've heard that song. Okay, the lyrics aren't coming up. If y'all could write the lyrics in the chat, because I did see people talking about it, but like I said, I've never heard that particular song though. But thank you for the super chat, sis. Angela S sent $10, says, I have been told that if you have to brag on it and consistently speak on it, that lets me know it ain't good. If it ain't big or you don't know how to use it and you lying. Okay. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. S Johnson sent $4.99, says the interview reminds me of Wanye and Boyz II Men's interview on The Breakfast Club. Very cringy. Yeah, a lot of these older guys from the 90s, they're totally ruining their legacy. At this point, all you 90s artists just need to have a tall glass to shut the fuck up and take that shit to y'all's grave. Because y'all keep going on Vlad TV, Breakfast Club. Y'all are just ruining everybody's childhood and your legacy as well. Just like with Timbaland. Wasn't he bragging about how he was so in love with Aaliyah? It's like, Timbaland, what are you doing? Like, shut up. We don't want to hear this, especially being that, you know, all the controversy around her and all these old men just treating her like a pass-around. Then here he comes talking about how he was so in love with her and, oh, she was so mature for her age. I'm like, well, damn, did you mess with her too, sir? These folks is weird. It's just weird. Katisha Coleman sent $9.99 says, today's my husband's birthday and it was ruined by my husband. Spent the day at the courthouse getting an order of protection from my husband. Filing for custody. Please send strength and protection. Thank you for all you do. Oh my gosh. Well, happy birthday. I'm sorry that you had to go down to court and deal with that with your husband. I hope everything works out. Get whatever restraining orders and things you need to do because some of these guys are out here tripping. So just make sure you're safe. Get around family, positive energy. You know what I'm saying? If it's not meant to work out, get out that situation. Because we've heard too many times again where black women are ending up, in horrible situations when they try to break up and leave. So just make sure that you have a safe space to go to and that, you keep in contact with your family and friends. Let them know where you're going, things like that. So good luck to you on everything and happy birthday. I'm really sorry that you're going through that right now. So thank you, sis. Take care. Yeah, y'all keep her in prayer. That is scary. Let's see here. Tashani sent $1.99 says, hey T, let's not forget about Tyga and Kylie. Oh yeah. But the sad part is the whole family co-signed it. They all co-signed it. Even Chloe was out here talking about, well, I was fucking grown men at 14. Ma'am, what does that mean? That doesn't make it okay. So the family co-signed it. That's why I just never cared one way or another. Like I said, her own mama was here for it. So, but it's still sad. It's still sad. Mr. Too Opinionated sent $2 says, I'm one of the young guys trying to holler at you too, T. Oh yeah, y'all young boys be trying it, honey. Okay. I prefer that y'all be at least, 25 and up, okay? Minimum. I don't want to talk to young dudes that are like 20, 21. That's too young, okay? No. But I'm gonna need you to send me more than $2, young man. Let me stop. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see here. Marlon Harrison sent $20. Says, hey T, it's crazy that we haven't heard from Stevie J yet. People forget that he used to work for Bad Boys. I wonder if he has any tea. Oh! Damn, I forgot about that. And Stevie J was a freak. Remember, Stevie J was fucking Eve. Now, Eve was grown, but he's the one who leaked out their sex tape. So Stevie J was probably involved in all types of mess too, honey. Quiet as it's kept. I'm giving the whole Bad Boy crew the side eye at this point. So, yeah, somebody said flirting with $2 is wild. Y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. Well, he's young. You know what I'm saying? He young. We gonna give him a pass. He was like, here go $2. What's up, T? Oh, hold up. Not the $100 coming in. Oh, my God. Y'all are wild. Y'all are wild. Okay, first of all, somebody said 25 is still young. Isn't the brain fully developed at 25? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. The frontal cortex is fully developed by 25. But like, yeah, 2021, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's see here. I'm trying to go in order. Y'all are so silly. Fatima says, watching you live before I go into labor. Oh my gosh, all these pregnant tea sippers having babies this year. Congratulations and good luck with you on your labor. We had like another tea sipper baby be born like a few streams ago. So good luck. I wish you a smooth and successful labor and a happy, healthy baby. So thank you for watching me while you're in labor. That is awesome. Let's see here. Miss Shantae sent $4.99 says, hey, stopping by to show support. We'll catch the playback. Thank you so much, sis. We got to start the stream. Brittany sent $100. Brittany Williams says, hey, T, thank you for providing us for free content for years. Much love. Thank you so much, Brittany, for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the support. And I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, sis. Thank you. Tony. Oh, shit. Tony sent $100. He says, sorry to hear that some men are hating on you for receiving super chats. Here's the beginning of many more super chats from a man. God bless you and your family, your career. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. That is awesome. Yeah, some of the guys be on some weird stuff. They get mad. And I'm like, why y'all mad? Like, I don't ask for super chats. People are showing support to my channel. And again, now if I was on OnlyFans shaking my ass in the thong and, throwing up on the dick, then I'd be called all types of names. I'm not doing any of that. So I appreciate you for just supporting my channel and supporting me being me. So thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Let's see here. Look, not the females talking about, hey, Tony, you got a brother. Y'all always do that. As soon as some fine man sends me a nice little chunk of changes, hey, big head, hey, you got some brothers, you got some cousins. Y'all be doing that to Agent Matt. I remember I talked to him one day, he was like, one of your tea sippers found me and was like, hey, we be seeing you giving tea money. What's up? What some kind of shit is that? How y'all gonna go try and find Agent Matt behind my back? Yes, these girls be trying it. They will find the guys who send me money, be like, hey, big head. I'm like, wow. These females be really trying it. I be cracking up. She in the chat talking about, Tony, you got a brother. Y'all are wild. Okay, y'all. So we are about to start taking calls. It is 7 o'clock. Like I said, I'm going to keep going. Hopefully it won't freeze up. If it does, it is what it is. We'll just keep it on the audio portion. So let me log into Blog Talk real quick. Hold on. Oh, no, we're trying to continue. I'm just late. Did it disconnect me? I see some people already there. Okay. I'm coming, y'all. Let me share this.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Can y'all hear everything? I want to make sure y'all can hear it. Okay, hold on. I got to add it to the stage. Okay.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Where would I start? Hold on.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
I haven't done this in years, so forgive me.
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
I was supposed to play the intro music. I guess it didn't. Okay, can y'all hear me on Blog Talk and on YouTube? I want to make sure y'all can hear me on both platforms. If y'all could just put a teacup so I know that y'all can hear me. Okay, so we're going to start with, okay, so y'all can hear? Okay, perfect. The phone number, hold on. I thought I put it in here already. Let me put the phone number in again. Okay, good. All right. Give me just a second. So I'm going to take the first call. Area code 312.
Hello.
Hey. Lady J?
Hey, Fran. Yes, hey you.
Hey, calling in. What time is it where you at?
Yes, ma'am. Girl, 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to stay up for this. I was like, yes.
She said she got an alert. She was like, I'm definitely calling in. Okay, I'm glad y'all can hear. So what do you think so far? How do you feel about everybody getting exposed? How do you feel about the whole Aaron Hall situation and what he had to say?
Oh, hold on. Somebody said that they can't.
Oh, they can't hear?
Hold on for a second. Let me try to see.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Girl, it's always my daggone audio, ain't it, y'all? Hold on.
They can't hear, but I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
They're saying they're saying that it's low.
Oh, shoot. Okay, how about now?
I can hear you just fine. Just keep going. They're gonna have to listen to the playback. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all know it's always my audio. Okay, let me make this quick. First of all, whoever said something about ruining their 90s playlist, they are not lying. It really, really is. But I kind of feel like this situation is just like season 3 of a larger situation. Some people say they can hear, and then some people say they can't hear. I'm so
Yeah, other
sorry,
people are saying
y'all.
that it's
Sincere
fine.
apologies. Yeah, okay. Well, I got it up as far as I can go. So I hope, I'm sorry, I'm going to just make it quick.
Okay.
But long story short is that I really feel like this Jane Doe and this connection with Aaron Hall is really, really going to open up a floodgate. And I think Cassie and her attorneys were really smart by saying the things that they were saying in order to be able to capture other things. This was a civil motion that she filed, not a criminal one. So any criminal potential that are going to come forward are going to come forward from these other activities, like the second, this third Jane Doe, the other guy from Bad Boy. And I think it's going to extend out further. People saying Jay-Z, other producers of the time. I think this rabbit hole is going to go so much deeper. I really do think so.
Now, how do you feel like in the 90s, this was the norm?
Yeah, you know what? And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be super, super honest. We honestly were groomed. We were groomed. And I feel like the reality is a lot of this stuff was going on knowingly. Yes, a lot of our parents did co-sign on a lot of this type of behavior. And not to mention the fact, a lot of us were teen parents in the 90s. Like, it was acceptable. It was acceptable. And now we're getting a chance to preview stuff that we lived through, and it's going to really answer a lot of questions to a lot of the things that we didn't understand, like Heavy D died. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was always a suspect thing. Patra, somebody said something about Patra. Yeah, that Aaron Hall Patra stuff was real. She came out and said something a few years ago. So I think the rabbit hole is going to go much deeper, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for...
Can't hear me.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. It was good talking to you.
All right, y'all. Take care.
Okay. Bye. All right. There's a 202. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, gorgeous. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
See, I gotta say, I've been watching you ever since you started talking about the C19, and you've been on point since. Also, you are glowing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Show you love. But it's funny, like what you're talking about, because I was just watching a video like a couple of days ago, and they were saying like how years ago how Jaguar, right, was speaking about this against the industry and everything. And I feel like even if you look at Orlando Brown, like these people are labeled crazy, but they went through some traumatic things also. So I feel like these celebrities are being put in the light, so it's good that, things are coming to the truth now that people are speaking out about it.
I'm so glad everybody can hear you. They said you're a little bit louder, so you're sounding good. Yeah, and I think, like Dave Chappelle said back in the day, that when we call somebody crazy, it's dismissive. Because then we don't have to get to the bottom of what's driving them crazy. You just, they're crazy, move on.
Exactly.
And if you notice, too, that Justin Bieber, he's been coming out kind of dropping hints on the things that he went through in the industry. Have you seen any of those videos?
I haven't, but I had watched the Jaguar right one, but I be catching your videos all the time, like got notification. I also want to compliment you on your deep dive. I became a member just to watch the deep dive, and it was definitely on point.
Thank you so much.
Like even with that, you can feel like the energy changing, like things ain't even the same no more. So I don't know, it's just like things are just weird now. Totally weird from like 10 years ago,
No, it definitely is, and I think
that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling in. It was good talking to you.
Yeah, much love to you.
Okay, bye. Okay, I'm gonna just keep going through the calls. I hope y'all can hear. I put the microphone closer to it. I don't know why it sounded low for some people. Other people saying that it's that they can hear it just fine. Y'all know it's not a Lovelyti show unless there's something going on with the audio. I swear at this point. So we're gonna keep going. Area code 920. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hello, T. How are you?
I'm good. Please talk a little bit louder.
Hello, T. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
So what do you think about everything?
Diddy is a freak hoe. I believe everything that Cassie is saying. He definitely did everything that she is saying. I totally agree with everything. And there has been a lot of things circling around Diddy since the early 2000s. I'm 29, but my parents used to have like these old Illuminati conspiracy DVDs, and they would always be talking about Diddy. Diddy, 50 Cent, Nick Cannon, Prince. I know you love Prince T, but they were going in on Prince too.
Yeah.
Also, there has been like a lot of other people saying that Diddy be messing around with like, you know, guys and whatnot. You know, the Jaguar right lady, and a lot of other people have been talking about these. So I totally agree that like he's been doing all of this, and I feel like he should pay. I hope those women get every penny that they're, you know, asking for in their lawsuit. I really do.
Yeah. Now, have you heard, I see people in the chat saying that Andre Harrell probably groomed Diddy. Have you heard anything about that as far as that conspiracy?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead now,
Yeah,
so, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, but yeah.
Well, rest in peace, but I have heard that as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. It was good talking to you.
You too, T. Have a good night.
You too. Bye. All right. All the fellas are calling in. I'm here for it. 773, you're live.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, can you hear me, T?
I can hear you perfectly. How are you?
Hi, T. Oh, my wife wants to say hello. Go ahead. Hi, T. Hi, T. I love you. Let me just start by saying I am one of your blind and visually impaired subscribers, and I love when you put on your Mother Goose glasses. Because when you go to, I love my gossip and my tea, and when you go other places, they just throw the screenshots up there, and, you know, Succession, I'm like, oh, I don't know what they say, but you take out those glasses and you read every single word. I love it. Thank
you. And I remember somebody told me that a while back, because I would
that
just...
was me. I have a...
Was that you?
The blind soul child, 36. Yes, I leave super chats and everything.
Okay.
I was in the Discord. I just left the Discord because sometimes with the voiceover apps and the algorithm with apps, sometimes things it's harder for me to like just respond or certain things like that. But I am your number one visually impaired subscriber. I love you so much for reading everything.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember seeing that comment. Like, can you just please read? I know it takes a little bit longer, but I need them read because I can't read them myself. And I thought about it, I was like, oh, there's people, you know, who can't when I say, you know, when I play the music and I just post the screenshots. So when I seen that comment, it's like, okay, let me go ahead, put on my little glasses, child, and read everything out loud. So I'm glad it helps you. I appreciate that.
Yes, and as far as the topic, I just want to kind of throw out some food for thought. Yeah, I think this really is just a part of the age of Aquarius. You know, a lot of truths are going to come out, not going off topic, but just like with the aliens and just things going on in the world. And this is a part of it. These things that were always, you know, kind of hush-hushed are going to come out, you know, whether it's just this generation that feels differently about certain things. You mentioned Justin Bieber, you know, it started with the Yummy video. You know, him just dropping hints about things in the industry and everything.
I mean, look how emotional, talking about Justin Bieber, look how emotional he got thinking about Billie Eilish and wanting to protect her.
Exactly. And the second thing is just when it comes to the 90s, I feel like with every generation, there's going to be some bad, but there's also going to be some good. And the good is that generation kind of being like, the next generation is kind of like, we're going to not deal with this anymore. Let's all address how this is messed up. And I mean, if you think about it, hundreds of years ago, it was normal for an older man who would, you know, bring something to the family, money, funds, dowries, whatever it is, for the younger woman, you know. And when that went out of fashion, you had the 80s and 90s where it's the high school girl and the college guy, you know, the grown man, things like that. My own mother, she was, you know, 17. She's in the military, but she was 17 when she got married to a 34-year-old. And they're no longer together, thankfully. But my grandparents supported that because they didn't want her running around with, in their words, a young guy who didn't have anything.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. A lot of parents kind of co-signed it because they felt like, you know, their daughter being with the older man, he'll be, you know, she'll be taken care of. He can look out for the family. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of parents co-signed those type of relationships, unfortunately.
They really did. And so that's what I really think it's that. And I feel like this younger generation, this Generation Z, I feel like they're just kind of looking at it like, no, that's messed up. We don't want to do that. Why is this okay? And you've spoken on it. And so many people did say the Me Too movement was kind of hijacked, you know, and for certain people, the spotlight wasn't, you know, shown on them. And I think a lot of these, you know, Cassie and just other people are going to start coming out and they're going to be like, hey, this is our time now. You know, the actresses have their time. Let's have ours and get all of this stuff out there, you know?
Yeah. Somebody said Marquise Houston. Ooh-wee. Or Marcus. How do you say that boy name? Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. It's crazy. Well, sis, thank you so much for calling in. It was very good talking to you.
No problem. Thank you, T. My wife and I love you. We love watching you. And she has all these crazy thoughts just like you. But again, they're not crazy. Truth is stranger than fiction.
It really is. Well, thank you to both of y'all for just supporting my show. It means a lot to me.
Awesome. All right, bye.
Bye. All right, we got 704 in the building. Somebody calling in from Charlotte.
Hello right now.
Okay, hold on. 704.
Hey, T, this is Crystal from Charlotte.
Hey, Crystal, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. So what do you think about the topic tonight?
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm excited and nervous to be on the call. This is my first time calling in.
Okay, don't be nervous. You live in Charlotte. You know, Charlotte people, you know what I'm saying? Bring that Charlotte energy, sis. I miss the Queen City.
I will. Yes, I would love to meet you. Hopefully you come down one day. Hopefully I get to meet you if you do.
Definitely.
But let me start by saying I am a 90s baby. So I was born in 1990. My birthday will be in a couple weeks. And what is interesting is a lot of the music, of course, I heard it growing up. Like both my parents, they loved Josie. My mom loved R. Kelly. So hearing these things and all the different music and songs, I've, within the last couple of years, I've started researching more about the artists. So now that all this stuff is coming out, I've been having conversations with certain family members. And I have a thought, which is weird. I find that a lot of SA victims, when I ask them what their thoughts are about these stories, they're like, oh, why do they wait to come out? And I'm just like, I find that a lot of those victims, if they haven't went through with their trauma, or they're, having their, it's almost like they don't believe that it happened because they haven't dealt with their own trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. But it's just disheartening because I'm an SA victim, and I've had, of course, there's other people in my family that are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, just hearing these stories is traumatic. And then just like someone else said, like, our playlist is kind of jacked up.
Yeah.
But same thing, I'm still listening to the music, but hearing all these different stories, it's wild. It's almost like the spotlight is on the music industry, and we just need to, I don't know, it's almost like we just got to not clean house, but it's good to hear these stories come out and all the victims be able to tell their stories.
Yeah, it's
But
very
that was just
triggering.
my thought.
It is very triggering, but it also lets women know that they're not alone, because people would be shocked at how many women can relate to some of these stories. You know, like I said in my last live stream, when you think about when people are assaulted, it's not the stranger in the bush hiding to grab you. That's very rare. You know, a lot of people are assaulted by people that they know, that they trust, family members, things like that. So I think this is like opening the doors and letting people know that it's okay to come out, because there was a point in time that women couldn't talk about that.
Right. Right. That's why I was so proud of Cassie. And like I said, us going down the rabbit hole and reading those docs, it's like, dang, all that stuff happened and we were able to see it too. Like going back, looking at videos and watching their interactions and things like that, it's like, dang, it's kind of like right there. And then just with Diddy, he dated, like, I guess, well I remember Kim and J-Lo. Just those two were, I guess, within his age, but all the other women that he's interacting with were hecka young. And I don't know, it's just that pattern we see now. It's just like, dang, all that stuff was happening, but it was common, because even my first interaction when I started dating, it was with someone older than me. So it's like it was kind of common back then. So I don't know, it's opening up so much now. It's opening up so much now.
Well, sis, thank you so much for calling in. It was good talking to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Now, speaking about J-Lo and Kim, Gene Deal was talking about this not too long ago, where he was talking about how Diddy would be cheating on Kim with J-Lo. One, he never treated J-Lo like that. Never disrespected her. Made sure she was good. He didn't put hands on her, but probably because she was in the industry and she had a lot of white people who, you know, backed her up. But he would say, like, how Diddy would allegedly stalk Kim. Like, he literally be leaving J-Lo's house from smashing J-Lo, and then would be calling Kim and she wouldn't be home, and then they'd have to meet up with, like, the babysitter, and they would go from, like, club to club, bar to bar, trying to find Kim. So, you know, just him, like, really just staying on top of this woman and not allowing her to have her freedom, even though he was able to be out here having his cake and eating it too. So I thought that was very, very interesting when I heard that. Let me go ahead and bring on 804 area code. I think that's South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I know all these Carolina area codes. Hello.
Oh my God.
Your phone is going in and out.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
That's way better. Are you in South Carolina?
Yes, ma'am.
I should not know everybody's area code. I need a life. I just know area codes just from seeing them. Dang. Got it.
Oh my gosh, girl, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, I finally got through.
Well, welcome to the show. What do you think about all the stuff that's going on right now?
Oh, well, first, before I go on with that, let me just tell you, I've been a fan since 2016. Girl, ever since you told off Janet Hubert that time, I have just loved you.
The mama from the Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Yeah, girl, I can't believe my mom and my aunt are not going to believe this. They're in the other room, but yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to shut up because there's other people waiting. Okay. But yeah, I just want to say that I pretty much believe Cassie. I was born in 81, so I grew up listening to Puffy, and he just always struck me as somebody with a narcissistic, nasty spirit. I never cared for him, even when I was a teenager. Something about him just struck me as, you know, just very narcissistic and self-serving. And then when he made those kids walk from from Manhattan to Brooklyn to get him a slice of cheesecake and back, and then he wasn't even at the dang
the location he was supposed to be at.
Back. Yeah, he left for the day. I was like, wow, are you friggin' kidding me? So yeah, I've never cared for him. So when I hear about all of this, it it's shocking, but then again, it's not. You know, I don't put anything past him, especially with all the stuff that Jaguar Wright was saying about him, because I don't know if you saw that one interview. She claimed that he also sexually assaulted Christopher Williams, allegedly. Now, again, I can't really say if that's true or not. But
I think I've seen that interview.
She seems to have a... Oh, you haven't seen that one?
No, I think I've seen that one where she talked about somebody walked in and Christopher Williams was giving head or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. And then I just found out about the Aaron Hall allegations today, and somebody pointed out, and somebody even said this in the super chat, if you listen to the lyrics of Don't Be Afraid, it could be, you know, construed as a man, you know, taking advantage of a woman. And somebody played the lyrics, and I was like, you know what? I always thought he was talking about a woman that was a freak, but if you really listen to him, it kind of does. And, you know, that was always my jam growing up. So, yeah, like everybody's been saying, truth is stranger than fiction, and people do say that there is some darkness in the music industry, so...
Yeah, I mean, music is ran, you know, by Lucifer. You know, he was the father of music. But when you think about it, even like when we were young, you know, singing Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. I remember singing that at the top of my lungs, like in the 6th grade. Not even understanding what that meant. Just because, Aaliyah's pretty, her voice, it's melodic. And the whole time, like, R. Kelly's in the background. You know, it's just weird. You know, and like, I just feel like we're like a generation of like young people that were just groomed, like overtly groomed, and not just the girls, the guys too, you know, just like the hypersexuality on both parts, you know what I mean? So it's a lot of things when you go back as an adult and you watch things, or like you listen to stuff, and it's just like, wow, like you didn't even realize what you were watching or what you were taking in as a child.
Yeah, because even on a somewhat lighter note, you know, when I was little, I would go around singing Me So Horny, not knowing what horny was, and I was like 7.
Or no, this one, you can do me in the morning, you can do me in the night. I used to sing that like 2nd and 3rd grade.
I used to sing that.
And I'm like, why were we singing Do Me in elementary school? We didn't even know what that meant. Or like, remember everybody would walk around and be like, don't trust a big button to smile, that girl is poison. But we're like literally in elementary school.
I would sing Do Me all the time, not knowing what it was about.
Right. It is crazy when you think about it. That's why it's like, it's so easy to get on this generation. But I always have to remind people, you know, yes, this generation's music is off the chain. It's super vulgar. But ours, we had music off the chain, but it was more covert. You know, like, I remember singing, like in junior high, singing You Gotta Go Downtown. Well, I'm like in 6th grade. I'm thinking downtown is downtown Minneapolis. Only to find out, no, it's about oral sex.
I thought that she was saying that she wanted her man to take her downtown to
me add myself back to the stage. Can y'all see me? Okay. No, it's not
To
ended.
start your show now,
I don't know
press
why it's
1.
doing that.
To hear important instructions, press 2.
And why is Blog Talk Radio saying the same thing over and over? Hold on real quick, y'all. Make sure that's not... Oh, here we go. Press 1.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Let me try this again. Let me continue. Okay, it's reconnecting.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
So y'all stay on hold.
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay, hold on real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. It's YouTube. It's StreamYard. I don't know what it is that's causing my show to freeze up halfway through. But we're gonna keep going, so just give me a second to bring Blog Talk back here. Give me just a second. I want to make sure y'all can see it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna finish taking the rest of the calls because there's still a lot of people on hold. All right, so y'all can see me. Y'all can hear me. Okay, we're back. All right, so let me go ahead and bring on area code 678. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Yeah, just give me a second. Let me run to the room. Wait a second.
Okay, area code 816. You're on the microphone.
Hey, T.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. So what do you think about tonight's show?
Hey, just going off of tonight's show is just like everybody said, you know, we believe Cassie. That's just what it is. But again, like when we're talking about, like Aaron Hall has definitely messed up the 90s playlist because I'm a big Guy fan. And just knowing or listening to Guy, and I'm just like, this dude is trifling.
Yeah.
Like, there is no way in heck I'm sitting up here listening to these nice love songs, and here he is talking about bees and pimps and everything else. So it's just kind of like...
Have you ever heard that
weird.
interview before today? Had you heard that interview before?
No, I heard it earlier today when I was on
No, I'm talking about
Instagram,
before
and I
it
was
went
just
viral, like years ago.
No.
Okay.
I had never heard that.
Neither have I.
Never heard it. And so it really surprised me, and it was just kind of like, but the mentality, he had a show actually where he was like a dog trainer. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but he was like a dog. He's kind of sounded like a little country guy, whatever. So I really didn't pay much attention to it. But this interview was like, it was so disgusting. It was just, it just made me feel some type of way. But I remember there's a guy on here who was talking about Prince. Do y'all remember Prince and his wife?
Was that Apollonia? Or there was a young one. Wasn't it like a 16-year-old or something?
Yes, she was signed over to him legal guardianship at 17.
Okay, I do remember that.
Her mama kind of offed her up on a platter when she was almost like, they met when she was like 15 or 16. So, like you said, this has been going on like forever. It's just one of those things, especially in the 90s when I was a girl, when I was 15, I had drug dealers just running around like trying to figure out where I stayed at, and I'm a kid. And my mom had to literally be like, no, we not doing this. Y'all need to take yourselves on somewhere. Let my kid be a kid.
Yeah. It's a sick world, but yeah, like I said, that's how it was back then. Like just, and remember the party lines, the chat. Do people remember that from like the 90s? Remember like the telecafe and stuff, and it'd be all these grown men on there talking to like 13, 14-year-olds. Granted, we shouldn't have been on there, but we're on there as kids like, oh, it's a party line. We can meet kids from other schools, and there'd be a bunch of grown men on there trying to get with us on them party lines back in the day.
Straight pedophile. But it's just like, now it's like we gotta be parents, and like I have a daughter, like I'm not playing about that one. you might need to, if you that old, you need to go somewhere.
Yeah.
If they age appropriate, yeah, we can do that. But don't come up here with your 25-year-old self. We not playing them games.
Right. Yeah, it's a different date and age. It's a different day.
Yeah.
But thank you so
All
much for
right.
calling in, sis. It was good talking to you.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You
All
too.
right.
Bye. Man, the 90s was off the chain. But y'all remember those telecafes? They were party lines. And so you would call in and, you know, there was a side for men and women, and everybody would just be on there chatting. Like our whole city, like the whole St. Paul and Minneapolis used to be on these party lines. And I remember everybody would meet up at the Mall America, and you go to meet with people that you're thinking, you know, maybe they're 16, 17, maybe 18. And then you be in the food court, and it's like a grown man. This was long before To Catch a Predator. It'd be grown men that would like try and get you to go meet up with them at the mall. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. Now, I seen somebody in the chat named Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. She says, T, we grew up together. We went to the Jimmy Lee together. What's up, Diamond? I know you're from St. Paul because the Jimmy Lee Center is definitely a St. Paul staple. So shout out to you. Thank you for coming through and supporting. So, oh yeah, matter of fact, I'm actually throwing an event for New Year's in the Twin Cities. So, you know, hit me up, email me if you want to come. You know what I mean? So I'm giving a chance for like my Minnesota tea sippers to come to my event. It's going to be New Year's Eve. It's going to be really nice. And then I have a lot of tea sippers that are flying into town as well. But, yeah. So I'll have more information for everybody by Monday on Discord. So just be patient. I will have more information by Monday. So yeah, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna like definitely have fun this, you know, bringing the new year with some good energy. So let me go ahead and bring on 305. Now we know 305 is Wretched Ass Florida. Come on down.
Hey T.
Hey, you in Florida?
I'm in Miami.
What I say? I know about the 305, honey. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How is everyone?
We're doing great.
So I'm Nicaraguan Pocahontas on Instagram. I just wanted to pop in and say one thing. I would say the whole grooming thing, it's still kind of happening now. Like, I graduated high school 10 years ago. I graduated class of 13. I was born in 95. And I remember my classmates, like, whenever prom was announced, everybody was like, oh, my God, are you going to prom? Are you bringing your boyfriend? Are you bringing your date? And a lot of girls in my high school, they were like, oh, my boyfriend can't go. I said, why not? They were, like, embarrassed to say, and they were like, oh, he just can't come. And then I remember these boys in our high school were saying, oh, a lot of y'all's boyfriends can't come because they too old. And I was like, ooh. And then I said, is that true? And they said, yeah, there's a cutoff age for prom.
Yeah, you can't come to prom with a 25-year-old
boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, damn, like, and that was happening just 10 years ago. And I remember my friend, she was 17 and her boyfriend was 23.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, a lot of girls in my high school, their boyfriends couldn't go to prom because they were too old. And they were checking IDs at the door. And if you were too old, then you were not allowed inside. So it was even worse for the girls who said, oh, I'm going to bring him anyway.
Oh, wow. So
imagine
your grown boyfriend buying a suit and some good church shoes, honey, to take you to prom, only for them to card him and be like, you too old. This ain't the club, sir. This is prom. How embarrassing.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that, and I graduated 10 years ago, so it's definitely still happening. But people are a little more careful now because they don't want to get shamed or they don't want to blow up the spot.
Facts. That is true. They're moving a little bit. Like when we were growing up, they would pull up to the high school. There was no shame. Oh my gosh. You walk out of high school, there'd be all types of cars right outside in front of Central High. And just be, you know, the dope boys, the grown men, you know what I'm saying? And then you'd have the buses behind the cars, and there'd be the school buses. But now they're not pulling up to their school.
At that McDonald's.
Right. They're not pulling up to the school now. They're pulling up to your DMs, honey. It's crazy. Just like you said, R. Kelly in Chicago, he be at the McDonald's. You know, so it was so blatant back then. It's insane. It's insane. They don't want to be shamed now, but yeah, it was very blatant back then.
But yeah, y'all be careful. Y'all talk to y'all's kids.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much for calling in, sis. It was good talking to you.
Thank you. Love
All right.
you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let me bring on 402. 402.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing, Miss T?
I'm doing good. Who is this?
This is Ron. This is Ron Harvey.
Oh, hey, Ron.
And everything.
All right, how you doing tonight?
Doing? I'm doing all right, doing okay. Just listening to these crazy stories coming out about our heroes that we looked up to back in the day. But yeah, it's maddening. It's maddening out this world, man. But to be honest with you, it's been going on for like a long time. I mean, this go past since we were born. You know, before the 90s. I mean, you got to remember, Elvis Presley had a 14-year-old wife.
Right.
An artist by the name of Jerry Lee Lewis, who had the hit song Great Balls of Fire. He married his 14-year-old, I think 14 or 13-year-old cousin.
Yep.
And that was like the biggest scandal back then. And then one of y'all, you talk about the Do Me song with Belle Biv DeVoe. In the lyrics, one of the songs says, backstage, underage, how you doing? She was fine, I smile, I like to do the wild thing.
What? I didn't even realize that. Backstage, underage?
Age? Yes. That's Ronnie DeVoe's rap lyrics when he first kick in on his rap, when he first kick off. Backstage, underage. Yeah. That's definitely on there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's on there. And also, Keith Sweat, he had a song saying, you may be young, but you ready. Ready to learn. You're not a little girl. You're a grown woman.
That is true.
This shit was in our face for a while now. A lot of people, and now it's just, it's like when I look back on it, I'm like, damn, this, even as a kid, when I heard that song, I was like, damn, that kind of sounds weird. Even as a kid, I was like, that don't sound right. And then I remember one joke, Dave Chappelle talked about how he had his cousin watch, his little nephew or cousin watch Looney Tunes, and he saw how Pepe Le Pew was all over the character. He was like, oh shit. He's like, slow down. What are you doing, Pepe Le Pew? Come on. And his cousin looked at him and said, see, sometimes you just got to take it. He was like, no. He had to turn the channel. Sometimes as an adult, you see things through the adult eyes. You're like, yo, this shit just wasn't right. We wasn't supposed to watch or listen to some of this stuff. But I'm not surprised because this has been going on for years now with guys taking young wives. And then I know parents and who their grandparents were like, when did you meet your grandmother? She was like, well, when did you meet grandma? She was like 15, 16. I was like 21.
Yeah.
And she became a mom. And it was like the norm. And it was like the norm back then. I mean, movies like The Color Purple was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cindy was like 14 or 15 years old and stuff like that. So it's been like that for years now. It's just, even recently, there's a basketball player by the name of Josh Giddey who played for the Oklahoma City Thunder who's being investigated for messing with a 15-year-old now. It's now picking up steam because now the NBA is investigating him now.
Oh, so this is recent?
But yeah, recent. Yeah, this is very recent.
Okay.
Named Josh Giddey from the Oklahoma City Thunder. So yeah. But yeah, it's been like that for years, man. It's just now it's not taboo, not talking about it. Now it's pretty much now being promoted to bring it up in the forefront now, and it's looked upon as, as bad now. So
now speaking of lyrics, remember when viral? I think like maybe a year or two ago, Funky Cold Medina. That's a song about date rape. The date R. Right. It's about him putting like some type of date rape drug or something. I remember that went viral. And being a kid, you know, you just sing it. It's melodic, you know, funky cold Medina. I didn't know, you know what I mean? I don't know what a funky cold Medina is. But when you're grown and you really go through the lyrics, it's a whole song about date raping. Ugh.
Yeah, that's why. And here's another thing. The song that Diddy took, I Be Missing You, from Sting and the Police, because I'm a huge fan of Sting and the Police. I'm a huge fan. So the song is from Every Breath You Take. You know that's a stalker song. Every breath you take, every move you make, every vow you break, I'll be watching you. That's a stalker song.
Damn, that is. I never realized that. You know what I just realized the other day? And I was like, I was low-key embarrassed. I just realized the other day because Nelly and Chingy were trending on Twitter. And people were like going back and digging their, you know, digging up their old lyrics of like when they had beef with each other. I don't know why, but you know Twitter. And I realized like, down, down, baby, your street in the Range Rover, sweet, super baby, caught ready to let it go. He's singing about doing drive-bys. I don't know why that never clicked with me when I was younger.
Street people, that's a gun.
Yes, I didn't realize that. And we were all singing this as kids. That's a whole song about doing a drive-by. What the?
Yeah, right. Cocked and ready to let it go.
Right.
Jimmy Cocoa Pop.
Jimmy,
Listen to me now.
right.
Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now. That's all about drive-by.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Like, it just clicked for me when I was, like, going over their lyrics with their beef. And I'm like, hold on, this sounds like a drive-by. And it really is. But, again, you put a melodic beat to something, you don't even really pay attention to the lyrics. You're just repeating it, but not really soaking it in.
Yeah. And another song that's out there right now, too, it's called Cool Kids Kicks. I'm into a whole rock and pop and all that other stuff. But there's a song out there called Kids with Cool Kicks. It's about school shooting, but it's such a melodic theme.
Is that song that's on TikTok?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I know that. But I heard that song before, and I was like, and it was like, you know, this is about because my son came on to me. He's like, you know, that's about school shooting. I was like, what? He said, listen to it. It's all the cool kids with the cool kicks, run, 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 faster than my gun. And I was like, oh, snap.
Oh, wow.
I was like, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, man, spellcasting is real. And you don't know. You're just singing it. And, you know, it's very hypnotic. You know, just like that song. Like, that never sat well with me at all, that Murder on My Mind. But it was just so melodic that people were just, you know, rapping it and not even realizing, like, you're rapping about murder right now. You're rapping about having murder on your mind. And we see where he ended up in jail. So it's crazy.
Right, absolutely.
But thank you so much for calling in. It was so good talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, I'm definitely gonna try to make your party too on New Year's because I'm in Rochester. So I'm gonna
that's
see if we
what's
can
up.
make that. Me and my wife will make the ride out there in an hour. So yeah, we definitely want to do that.
Yeah, that's right up the street. Okay, well, cool. I'm gonna keep you posted on all the details.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And good night, T-Sippers. Love y'all.
All
Stay
right.
blessed
We
and
love
stay
you
prayed up,
too.
please.
Bye. Okay, let me go ahead. Let's see here. Area code 917. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hi, good evening, Miss Lovelyti. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm okay. My name is Dee. I've been quietly sipping tea since 2013. It's the first time I'm coming on here, so I'm a little nervous, but bear with me.
Don't be nervous.
Thank you. I just want to say I appreciate you staying relatable and giving fair commentary overall on any subject matter throughout the years. And I especially appreciate it when you use pop culture or regular world news as a teachable moment. So I really like, there need to be more YouTubers like you instead of them hating on you. But anyway, so I just feel like there's a reckoning happening. You know, all the dark deeds are coming to light. And I know people were talking about, you know, the age that we're in. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot. Since 2020, there's been a lot of revelations. And I just want people to take note, especially other SA victims. I hope whether it's by a celebrity or Joe Schmo down the street, this is a wake-up call for women to, or even men, like, because they get victimized too, right?
Right.
So everyone needs to kind of come together and tell their story and seek justice, because it's like so many people have let things slide for whatever reason. In Cassie's case, I completely understand, because she was like, you know, it was a terrible situation, and she felt, you know, she was in danger. He was violent, you know, he could end her life, all this stuff. But there are other situations where the victim can go to the police or can tell somebody in authority so that they can get help, you know, and to, you know, get the person arrested to stop the behavior from, you know, continuing with other victims. So I just want people to really wake up, because every year, essays. Okay, that's a lot of people, and it's insane. And I just want people to just pay attention, and also pay attention to the men that you know that are not sympathetic or empathetic to SA victims. Because I'm paying attention. I'm looking at who's online clowning, okay, saying something, right? So I'm just like, you know, it's time for people to stand up and say something and do something.
Because I know a lot of people were dragging Slim Thug because of like how he was taking it and talking about her situation. But again, like I said, he had a baby with his cousin, so.
Right, exactly. So it's like, you know, I'm just taking note though, and people that I know personally that I remember years ago when the situation with Rihanna and Chris Brown happened, where he hit her or whatever. I remember having classmates. This guy was like, "Yeah, it's okay, he hit her, but he ain't have to bite her." I looked at him like, "Are you stupid? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, did you really think that? It's okay that he hit her,
but not bite her. That's too far."
Right, that's too. He was like, "Nah, that was going too far." I was like, "Sir, go stand in the corner and educate yourself, because you sound very ignorant right now." But anyway, that's all I wanted to say, and thank you so much for taking my call.
Definitely, thank you so much for calling in, sis. Good talking to you.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let me see here. Let me go ahead and bring on 312.
Hey, T, how you doing?
I'm over here coughing. I'm doing good. How about you, sis?
I'm doing good. Listen, I love being, you know, one of your members. I just love you, and so I'm gonna try to land my plane quick. But a couple of points that I really wanted to hit. You know, you talked about how back in the day, back in the 90s, you're right. A lot of parents co-signed the older gentleman, you know, taking their daughter because they figure, oh well. But now they're finding out it's the older gentleman. It's that old bastard who the predator. See, they didn't want their daughters with the 16, the age-appropriate young man, because they felt, well, he hasn't built up any wealth. He hasn't, you know, but they didn't understand. It's part of the I think the psychology behind it is what you were, you know, hitting on, is that you would think by the time a man is in his 30s and his 40s, and God knows if you're 50, a lot of, you know, parents thought he's mature, he's got it out of his system, he's established, and this is kind of getting into the manosphere talk. But all you got to do is listen to the manosphere. It's these old dudes, it's these old ninjas. They more ignorant than, I'm like, please go get you an age-appropriate young man, because you all can grow together. You feel me?
Yeah.
You can learn together. Don't get these old suckers, because, baby, they predatory. And I'm going to tell you, even when I was, I'm 50, or I was a teenager, old guys would come and try to holler at me and my homegirls, and I would be like, Part of it was, I will say this, my daddy wasn't going to approve of nothing like that, and I am a daddy's girl, but even if he didn't, I always felt something was off about that. Like, why is this dude with this gray and his mustache and beard trying to holler at me and not at a woman his own age? Something must be wrong with him. I always felt that. And I had friends who would go with them old dudes, and old dudes would be doing a whole lot of crazy stuff with them. So I just want to give the tea out there to you young women. Stick with a young man who can grow with you. You can learn together. You got to know something is wrong with him, baby. If he's 45, 55, and he's still trying to get with you, and you 18, 19, the women his age, we see them coming, baby. Now that I'm a woman that age, we can see them coming, sugar. They preying upon y'all because they feel you're vulnerable, and they want to throw a couple of dollars at you. But, baby, that sucker, if he ain't already got a wife or divorced or what they say, widow, something wrong with that sucker. Yes, you young women better run. And one final thing, Tia, and I'm out and I'm going to land my plane. A lot of these stories, I'm telling you, back in the day, I'm in the shy. Listen, back in the 90s, it was knowledge on the streets of the shy what Robert Kelly was doing. He was coming up to the high school he went to. I got friends who went to high school with R. Kelly, and it's nothing new for the people. But, again, like you said, it was a different world. We didn't have internet. We didn't have social media. A lot of these people were complaining back in the day. And the thing is, they didn't have no outlet. But now, because technology has caught up with a lot of these people, yes, now these people are 10, 15, 20 years, but they weren't waiting. Nobody heard their cries back in the 90s and in the early 2000s because you just couldn't get it out there. And a lot of these predatory celebrities were able to hide a lot of their, bad dealings because there was no way to get it out there. So thank God for social media. Thank God for technology has caught up, and now it's catching up. You reap what you sow. God don't like ugly. T, I love you. Happy holidays.
Love you too, sis. Thank you so much for calling in. Made some wonderful points. Wow. Yeah, it's true. Like, social media has definitely leveled the playing ground for a lot of people. And I think that's why a lot of these guys are very, very nervous now, and even some of the women who were back there doing fuck shit back in the day, are very, very nervous because now with the power of social media, it can ruin everything you've built. It can literally destroy your brand within a matter of days. We see what's going on with Diddy. They don't put his Sean John. I still find that situation funny. They done pulled Sean John out of Macy's. I don't know who the hell was wearing that in 2023. They're not going to renew his whole liquor deal, all that stuff. He's a pariah out here now, and that's thanks to social media. So let me go ahead. How long have we been on here? Almost 2 hours. I'm going to take a few more calls. I know it's packed. We got a packed house. I got people text me like, I can't get on. We have a packed house. Let's see here. Let's go 919. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Is that me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who is this?
This is Bella, calling from the Bull City, North Carolina. What's good?
All right, Bella. Thank you for calling in.
Yes, I just want to make a couple notes. I'm going to make it quick. People always talk about Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But have people forgot about Brandy and Wanye?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier in the chat.
Yeah, I must have missed it. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm like, people just glaze over that. Like, that was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And her mama co-signed it.
Yes, she did. Well, Sonya, honey.
Right. And look how Ray J, people forget. Look at how many grown women Ray J was messing with as a teenager.
Yeah.
Remember, Ray J was smashing little Kim. He smashed Whitney Houston. And when you think about it, Ray J was young. Why were they allowing this? That's why I said, men or women, it didn't matter. It's like, it was just a free-for-all in the 90s. He was smashing Whitney Houston.
Yeah, he was. And that's my thing. It's
Superhead,
like,
yes.
I applaud Cassie for standing up, because so many people would just, leave this earth and not tell their story. So, it's like, I'm glad that she actually told her story. And if she only gets $100 million, she could have $200 million. I'm pretty sure that's not going to heal her. I'm saying down the road, that's going to be a constant battle for her, her whole life. So if she want to take the money, take the money. I'll go cry in, France or somewhere. But, but that was my thing, and it's like, I feel like we all deserve an apology because we've been talking about Diddy for years and years and years and years. And, people hate on Orlando Brown. Also, yeah, he's a little out there, but that, he still has a story to tell.
And I just wish one day he could actually tell his story, clear mind, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's there to actually listen to his story, because he has a story to tell.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I have a toddler tea sipper in the background, so I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that off. I'm happy for Cassie, and I hope people keep coming forward. I'm an 80s baby, so I remember all the stuff from the 90s, even stuff they scrubbed from the internet. So I'm just, here for the downfall. So.
All right, sis. Well, thank you so much for calling in. It was good talking to you.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. All right, I'm going to take a few more calls here before we go. We have a 612. That's Twin Cities. Okay, 612 area code. You got to turn down the background.
Hello?
Hey. Who is this?
How you doing?
I'm great.
Sato.
Okay.
Paige. So, I want to go back to Diddy. So, Diddy and Puffy ended up having that situation where, Tupac and Diddy ended up having that situation where, he was Puffy at the time, where that's why Tupac kept saying he was the reason he got shot. Because on the low, if anybody knows, Tupac and Kim Porter was messing around. And Puffy found out because him and Suge used to be real cool. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days. So that's why he had him set up to get shot, was because of him messing with Kim Porter. Allegedly, let me say allegedly, but that's what most people were saying in the industry, because that's what really went down. Biggie didn't know what was going on because Biggie was going to leave because Biggie's contract was horrible. If you see, his family just now got his publishing because Diddy had everybody's publishing. Now he's trying to give everybody their publishing. But on the low, Biggie was about to leave. He was creating his own clothing line. He was doing a group with Jay-Z and Charlie Baltimore. And Puffy found out because Pac was the one who told him about his contract and was trying to get the, what's his name, with the one dude, the Jamaican dude, I forget his name. And then he was messing with Kim Porter. When Puffy found out, that's when he set him up to get hit.
I never heard about him messing with Kim Porter. Where did you get this info from? I hadn't heard that.
They got pictures of him and everything.
Let me go ahead
and
Google.
They got pictures of him and Pac.
Keep going.
So if you look at those pictures, they real comfortable, real close. They got, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. And apparently they said they were swingers. Puffy, that's how they started off. They were swingers. But then Kim Porter really started liking Pac. Pac was that it boy back then, thug life and all of that. Yeah. So
I'm seeing
that's
the
what
pictures.
ended up getting him jealous.
So was it Gene Deal that had put that out there?
Say again?
Gene Deal. It looks like he put it out there that at one point in time, Kim was messing with Pac. They said that Kim Porter was infatuated with Pac. Gene Deal used to be Puffy's security guard back in the day.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was his name. But yeah, if he said it, then you know it's true. But we was talking about this back in when Pac got shot. This is what Pac was saying. Initially, what was going on? I was talking a bit before. Everybody thought it was just about Faith Evans, but it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
It was more about Kim Porter than it was about Faith Evans. Because him and Biggie still ended up started talking after the fact about everything. That's why Biggie always said, I want to come back at him, I want to come back at him. Because Pac was his mentor. That was one of his dudes, you know what I'm saying? He dressed like, put him on, everything. That's why he's black and ugly as ever. However, I say Gucci down to the socks, rings and watch filled with rocks. You know what I'm saying? That was, he got all that swag from Pac. But, yeah, he was definitely hitting Kim Porter. AC Slippers. I'm out.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. He done called in and spilled all types of tea. I ain't never heard. But it looks like there's some validity to it because Gene Deal also talked about it. So I'm going to have to watch that video from Gene Deal. Wow. I never thought, but I guess it would make sense because Biggie and Pac, they were cool for so long. And for him to just be set up like that, that's very interesting. Somebody going to say, is this Mace? Y'all are messy. That was not Mace calling in. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look further into that. Again, everything is alleged, child. Everything is alleged. I'm not co-signing anything one way or another. Let me go ahead and bring on area code 516. Go ahead and unmute your microphone. Are you there? Okay, they must not be ready. Okay, area code 205.
205.
Is this 205?
Yes, yes. Hey, T.
Hey, how are you? Who is this?
My name's Sonda.
Sonda. Thank you for calling in. So what did you want to say about tonight's show and the topic?
I wanted to say everything, girl. When I say you are for real T-Girl Damas, like I've been watching you, I've been a T-Tipper forever. You got me through my pregnancy, girl. Like I was watching you when I was having my baby. Like you just like me. You like my best friend that I never met. I love you. I love you. Okay.
Thank you
but
so
back
much.
to everything. Okay. Tonight's live is lit. This is lit. And where I'm from, so you know everybody area code. Where I'm from, 205. Where I'm from.
Oh, I don't know that one. It sounds like New York or something, but I'm not sure.
I'm from Alabama.
205. Yeah, that sounds country. Alabama. Okay. Yeah, I've never been to Alabama.
Watch your mouth. Yeah, Alabama. Well, you know, right?
What part of Alabama are you from?
Roadside. I'm in Birmingham.
Birmingham. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Can't be up there. It's too cold. Okay, but I'm loving tonight's show, right? Like all this shit. I'm sorry for the first thing. Let me calm down. I'm so excited. I'm on your stuff. Okay. You've been calling this stuff out forever, little by little, and I've been hearing it in this show and that show, and little sprinkles of this, and you was like, it's gonna come to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come to the forefront. And I'm like, everything she say be on point. I'm gonna wait. And when it came out, I was like, let me find T. I knew it. Come on, girl. I know she got to see what they said, girl. What they said.
Right.
And I came over here and you gave me everything. Like, I am loving you. I love you. If nobody don't like you, they just lame. They full of shit. I don't care who you is, Bar. I don't care who you is. We love everybody around here. We T-Sippers. We got love and peace over here. I love all of y'all. T-Sippers. I love y'all. Y'all get me through. Y'all come and have me hollering. Okay?
Thank you, sis. I appreciate it.
Come on, some back caller. Girl, bye. I'm up here, girl. You just trying to get up here. Bye in the comments. Girl, bye. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Thank you,
Bye,
sis.
baby.
Thanks for calling in. All right. Let me see here. Oh, this person's been holding for a while. 937. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey,
What's your
you're very
name?
Regal. I'm Shannon from Ohio.
Hey, Shannon.
I wanted to tell you how beautiful and regal you are.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate
your
you.
personality is. Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Couple things. The predators, it makes it easy for them to prey when our fathers are not protecting us.
Talk about it.
So, as our fathers stop being present in our lives, we became easy prey for the predators. Our fathers used to protect us. They no longer do.
And do you feel like some of the women were looking at these older men as like father figures and protectors as well?
Somewhat. In my case, my daughter's dad lied to me about his age.
Oh, wow.
I was 18. He was 39. Damn. And I was raised in foster care and, no parents. Thank goodness I ended up pregnant by the right man in a couple of ways. His family did take me under their wing. And his sister, being 3 years older than him, when she found out my age, and when his mom found out my age, they was really upset about that. But I wasn't a protected child, and I see that a lot with our young ladies, and with my daughter being a young lady. extra awareness. You know, if you're a single mother, be extra aware.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Is the child's father still in, like, he's still in her life and everything?
He's a very good father. I mean, he's a wonderful father. He wouldn't want what happened to me happen to her.
And see, that's where I was going.
So
that's where I was going with this, because that is one thing that I noticed with a lot of these men. If you guys don't know, Diddy's twins, they don't go anywhere without security. They go nowhere without security. I've talked about the game, how the game is so obsessed with his daughter, where it's like, you know, can no man holler at my daughter? I got my gun ready. But meanwhile, he was out here, you know, finger smashing a 16-year-old India Love in the park in front of cameras and sniffing his fingers and shit. So it's very interesting that these men, when they do that, then they become very protective of their own daughters, because they don't want other men to do to their daughters what they did to somebody else's daughter.
They know what kind of crap they're on, and it scares them to a certain extent. Like, well, you know, one day she could run into someone like me. Like, got to prevent that from happening.
Right.
And, but I'm going to speak on Diddy. To me, Diddy is, I think he was helping Epstein. Just a theory. I believe so.
Was his name on the plane report? Was he on the air?
They won't release it. They won't release the real laws. Like, they redacted so much from it. I just know that politicians and Hollywood and music, they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And there's rules for thee, but not for me. In other words, like your average guy out here, he could go to jail and get in a lot of trouble for messing with children. But when you're up there and you got the money or the power or the connections and blackmail, you know, how much blackmail does Diddy have? And who does he have it on?
Yeah.
Kill switches. This is why I don't think Epstein, I don't think what happened to him is what happened to him. Because a man like that would have kill switches. I'm going to say do your research and know who you're supporting. It's been corrupt since the beginning, when you saw the Shirley Temple being passed around on a plane by men.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, baby burlesque and all that stuff. Like, people they get the shock value from Hollywood, but they don't know, like, Clive Davis, look into who he is. Look into his background.
Right.
You know?
They said he turned out half the men in the industry. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but did he do it, or how many hands were involved in it?
Right.
I mean, like, that Eyes Wide Shut, that movie, it really does, it pretty much tells you what's happening.
Yeah.
And the politicians are involved. I mean, there's too many politicians involved in this. When you look at the UN and you see what they're doing in Haiti, to some of these people in Haiti, you're just like, I mean, they're over there right now. And you see their history with some of these countries. And then you got the royal families, and it's literally a food chain.
Yeah, the rabbit hole definitely goes deep. But thank you so much for calling in, because we got a lot of calls on the line, but you made a lot of really good points.
Yeah. You guys have a good night.
Thank you, and thanks for sharing your story.
Yep.
Bye. So we have about 15 minutes left, so I'm going to try and get through as many calls as I can in 15 minutes. So just keep everything to about 5 minutes. But she made some really good points. If you guys have not seen Baby Burlesque, which stars Shirley Temple, it will blow your mind. I remember I ran across that video randomly. It was like viral on YouTube about 2 years ago. And I was shocked. I had no idea it was so blatant in Hollywood back in the 1940s. And just like she said, just being passed around by these grown men and, you know, doing all this singing. And she's always in these little dresses where you can see her panties. And Baby Burlesque is crazy. And yes, there's an old picture of the game Finger Smashing India Love. It went viral a few years ago. Again, the internet was a different place 10 years ago. And he's like, just finger smashing her in the park and sniffing his fingers. It was just weird. I was like, who took this picture? You know, and she was young, you know, she was young back then. And so now he's overly protective of his daughter, which is very interesting because, again, some of these same men have no problem disrespecting somebody else's daughter, disrespecting somebody else's mother and things like that. So, yeah, definitely check that out. Let me go ahead and I'm going to try and get through as many people as we can. Let's see. I'm trying to find people who've been on here for a long time holding. 347, go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey team, my name is Akiva. I just wanted to say hi to the lovely Tisa first.
Hey Akiva, thank you for calling in.
I wanted to say two things. One is, did you see that his second baby mom, the one that he had before Kim Porter, she used to date Tupac. What's her? Chance's mom.
You talking about, wait, Chance's mom or you talking about Misa?
Not Misa. The
one that he got pregnant when
mom.
Kim was pregnant? The Chance's mom.
I don't know if you... Yes. I don't know.
Well, hold up. How many of Diddy's baby mamas dated Tupac? Because the last caller said that Kim Porter was into Tupac.
I think that I'm thinking that he's obsessed with Tupac or some shit. Like, if you saw what Cassie said, how when he hears Suge Knight, he's just running and what you gonna do to Suge Knight? Sit the fuck down, like, you know, like it's just like.
So Sarah Chapman, that's her name, Sarah Chapman. So she messed with Tupac too.
If you want to go. Yes.
Let me go ahead and Google. Y'all is spilling all types of Diddy and Tupac tea. I didn't know Sarah Chapman also allegedly messed with Tupac. I'm Googling now. Keep going.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if he has some type of obsession with Tupac. Like he just want to be with whoever Tupac was with or whatever. But, yeah, that was weird as well that I saw that you know, years later he ended up. Yeah, you see?
Yes. There's really pictures and everything. Sarah Chapman and Tupac. Yep. What in the world?
Yeah, that was his. This man, I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is coming out. Like a lot of stuff is coming out. I cannot even believe the things that's coming out.
Wow, and a lot of pictures with Sarah Chapman.
Yeah, that was his girl. Like literally, like me and my bitch. Like he made that song for her.
What? Y'all are really spilling tea, child. So this Tupac Diddy thing goes a lot deeper. So now maybe it's making sense why Keefe D is really saying that. Maybe so now it even makes more sense why Keefe D is alluding that Diddy put him up to it.
Absolutely, and I believe it because the person that killed Biggie, he was Foxy. He was out there. Tupac. He was out there. He's from New York. He's like a guy from New York, like this. You know, the drug dealers or whatever that he was messing with. Mm-hmm. And he was out there with Foxy Brown. The day that he died, Foxy Brown knows a lot. So that's why some shit happened. I don't know what the fuck happened to her because now she's kind of crazy too.
Well, you know she's deaf too. They done busted her in her ear. She can't hear.
Yeah, they fucked her up real bad because she know a lot. She was there the day that Tupac died. That guy gave Keefe D and them the gun because them Keefe D went to Vegas. They didn't got no gun. They didn't have nothing with them. So that guy, he's connected with Diddy. So he called Diddy up like, yo, I heard they about to, murk Pac or whatever. And he was okay with it. He knows. That's why Diddy, his siblings, Tupac siblings, like, Diddy always said, it's not him, but, he gives out his, his love and, light and whatever. But, yeah, you can't trust that man.
I see. I'm going to have to do me a deep dive because I did not even know all this. And then somebody in the chat said that Sarah Chapman.
I can't wait.
They said Sarah Chapman was dating Tupac when she was just 16. Again, what I tell y'all, this is how it was in the 90s. Everybody was dating teenagers.
these kids, even Quincy Jones' daughter, how was she even old enough?
Kidada, I think Kidada was, because remember, Kidada and Aaliyah were best friends.
Yes.
You know?
So I'm sure she was pretty young, too.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, girl, you done spilled a whole pot
I
of
just
tea.
wanted to drop that little tea, because I was like, nobody dropped it yet. Let me call and give you the tea, you know.
No, I'm glad you called in, because I did not know that at all.
Yes, I was listening. I'm like, okay, nobody gonna drop this tea. Let me call and see if I could drop this little gem. But I can't wait for the deep dive. I love you so much. Have a great night. And
love you too,
happy,
sis.
You know, New Year's, everything.
Thank you so much. Good talking to you. Y'all are calling in with the tea. I had no idea about Tupac and Kim or Tupac and Sarah Chapman. That is very strange. And both of those women ended up being P. Diddy's baby's mama. Wow. Okay. Don't see, this is why I love my call-in shows, because we just get a bunch of extra tea from people. So let me see here. We have about 10 minutes left. Let me bring on area code 502. Go ahead and unmute your microphone. (502)
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. How are you?
Hi, T. My name is Alexia, and I just wanted to call and speak for the younger generation, because I just turned 24, and when I was an undergrad in college, I actually worked at a club, and I was 20 at the time, and I actually started dealing with a man who was 40. He was 42, I believe, but I didn't know his age, because when you work at the club, you just assume everyone is 21, and a lot of men now, they get like Botox and fillers,
and they get that male weave.
Good.
They also get that male hair weave.
Yeah. And I remember, like, I was just having fun, and I'm 20, you know, I decided to, you know, sleep with him, and it is what it is. And then afterwards, like, a week later, I decided to ask his age, and he was like, oh, I'm 42, and I remember I was just crying, and he actually was the owner of the club, his best friend, and that's very normal in the nightlife industry. A lot of things that Cassie has put in the lawsuit I have dealt with as well, not to that extent, but all that is very, very normal. Men who are 50, 60, they take these girls to Florida, Miami, out the country. They just come in, they see all these beautiful girls, and all the girls that I work with, we all were super just slim, bubbly, girl next door personality. We had a lot of football players, baseball players, because we were right in between two professional stadiums as well. So I hear a lot of people say, oh, that went on in the 90s. I'm like, no, that still goes on very much still to this day. It's even worse, because the girls, I mean, at the time, how I looked at it, I didn't care, because, I mean, I'm dealing with somebody who has this amount of money. You know, you're dealing with somebody who works at McDonald's. I'd rather be dealing with somebody who, you know, that was my mindset back
right,
then.
who can, like, put you on and take care of you. Right. And that's why a lot of girls, even back then, mess with older guys, talk to older guys, talk to the local, you know, dope boy or the local rapper, you know, like guys who have money, you know what I mean? Because they want to be taken care of. You're not going to be taken care of by your average 16, 17-year-old, you know?
Yep, and that's how it was. I mean, all the girls, we all had sugar daddies and things like that. That's so, even the girls will egg you. Like, I came from a very sheltered background, and once I started working there, it was just like, oh my God, like being able to be with someone who's a millionaire, and you just walk around a big city and you don't care, because like, we had guys there who were paying for girls apartments, giving them like yearly salaries. They just wrote it off as a tax write-off, buying them cars and things like that. It's so normal. And, you know, I think when you're in college, your parents aren't around, and, you know, you're not going to tell your parents, like, and things like that. So it still is very normal, and I really do feel for Cassie, and I'm glad that she spoke up. I think that, because I know you said that her lawyer is the guy who took down Harvey Weinstein. So, like, my theory, how I kind of was thinking about it, is that I feel like she knew she was going to get money regardless, because they said that Diddy was already offering her stuff behind the scenes. But I think she kind of was the dog whistle, and she knew that as soon as she came out, other people were going to start coming out. And I feel like her lawyer probably already has other women that he's going to represent. So I'm really proud of her. And I read it, and I've been triggered for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, just like, oh my God, like just putting me in flashbacks. So I feel for everyone who's also triggered by this information as well. But, you know, I'm proud of her for speaking out. So that's all
Now, let me ask
say.
you before you go. Let's get back to the sugar daddy thing. Okay. So a lot of young girls do look at that as more like a glamorous life. Like you said, they're putting you up in apartments and paying for it. So do you feel like for you, is it just a time in your life, it is what it is? Or do you feel like there's a negative side to it? Because, you know, so many times, especially on social media, we only show the highlights, right? Oh, he just bought me a bag. He took me shopping. I'm in Jamaica. Nobody's going to come on to social media and be like, this man just belittled me, made me feel this big. He punched me in my face. He forced me to do threesomes. You know what I'm saying? So do you feel like there's a dark side to that too? Because a lot of times we glamorize it. And yeah, you're getting taken care of. Yeah, this man is paying your bills. But then there's so much other things attached to it as well.
Yeah, there definitely is a dark side. And kind of how I got into it, I met a girl. We worked at the same club, and she took me to her apartment, and she told me she hadn't been working for months. And I was like, well, how do you afford this? And she told me, and then I happened to meet that guy, and the things that he was having other girls do was I mean, I've had girls, I mean, I don't think I can even say this because it's going on YouTube, but yes, like the things that you hear, and the club that I worked at in Ohio, a lot of people, I mean, I think I've seen your deep dive, but Ohio is really known for human trafficking, swinging is really big there, a lot of sexual things go on there, and I was lucky, I thank God to this day that I dealt with men who did not take advantage of me. I mean, there's been times where I went to, you know, older men's house and I'm drunk, intoxicated, and they did not lay a finger on me. And I'm extremely blessed. And I think that God was watching me. But I have friends who, you know, they come into the club, they are now strung out on drugs. They did not graduate college, and it's really sad. And a lot of people don't talk about that, and it is glamorized. And at the time, I looked at it as, oh, I'm young, I'm going to get what I can get. Obviously, we know we're not going to be together. Like, I'm going to live my life. And I did to an extent, and I was able to get out of it. But a lot of girls don't, because a lot of girls who work in the club, some of them don't graduate high school. They're the pretty girls, and all they know is, you know, they're pretty, and they don't believe that they can do anything else besides be pretty. So they, you know, get with a guy. A lot of guys in the club, they drug you. I remember I was with a guy, and he was like, you know, asking me if I wanted a drug that has a name that's like a girl name. And I was like, I don't know her. And it didn't click that he was offering me the drug because
Probably
was
Molly.
not familiar with drugs.
Right.
Yeah. So I didn't want to say the name because I didn't know if I could say that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I remember I texted my friend because he was pouring my drinks, and I was like, if I don't respond every 20 minutes, he probably already drugged me, but thankfully he didn't. But those are cases where they do that stuff. I just have been very blessed to not, with those men, not have been taken advantage of. But, yeah, no, it's definitely something that people glamorize. They don't tell you the real thing. And, yeah, I think a lot of young girls, they should, you know, the grass is greener for a little bit, but it's just like, you know, no guy is just giving you all this stuff without wanting anything. Like, no. If she's known him for years, she's doing something.
And what a lot of young girls don't understand is that, yeah, you know, you're pretty, your body's on point, you know, when you're younger, right? But all of that fades. Right. So you're literally allowing somebody to take your essence, your body, your look, you know, everything. And then what happens is that a lot of the baddies who were baddies in their 20s, now we fast forward to, you know, now you're 40 and they're bitter, they're angry because they've just been used up. They've been passed from man to man. You know, they've popped out a few kids, overweight. They're not that, you know, because they were always dependent on their looks. And now that the looks are somewhat fading, they get very angry and bitter by the time they're 40, sadly.
Well, I will say this, they're angry and bitter also because what I've learned is a lot of these high-powered men, I mean, just like Usher, they give these women, you know, these diseases.
And now these women, some of them can't have children. They're stuck. They feel like they have to stay with that man because, I mean, and again, this is just ignorance, but if you tell a guy, hey, I have this, you know, if he's just ignorant, which is not even ignorance, but, you know, he's not going to want to be, you're thinking in your head, he's not going to want to be with me. So the women then tend to stay with those men. Also, like, especially with herpes, when I worked at the club, a lot of people have, you know, herpes. There's nothing wrong with having that, but, you know, and people know that they have that. And girls, because of the money, they still are willing to, you know, sleep with them, even though they know they have these diseases.
Right. Look at NBA Youngboy. I mean, he has how many baby mothers?
Yeah,
He obviously doesn't use condoms.
Yeah.
All right. The show's about to end on Blog Talk Radio, but thank you so much, sis, for calling in. It was good talking to you. And thank you for just being honest and sharing your story with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good day. All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. All right, so we are ending Blog Talk Radio. This has been a wonderful show. I really appreciate everybody who came through tonight.
60 seconds.
I know it was like last minute. It's getting ready to end. I'm going to read these last few super chats on YouTube, and I'm going to head out here because I know it's getting late. It's almost 9 o'clock. Let me see here. Let me go scroll back up here. Somebody said, check the lyrics to 13 and Good. That don't even sound right. What is 13 and Good? A 13-year-old is supposed to be good? Who sings that song? I don't think I've heard that. That's crazy. Cutie Tay says, I feel like a lot of these songs have obvious lyrics. We got to stop ignoring songs that promote negative behavior just because it's catchy. That is a very, very good point. So thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see here. Melanin Mish sent $9.99.
10 seconds.
Thank you so much. I wish it would just end. It keeps coming through saying stuff. I think I can just end it. There we go. No, maybe not. I wanted to like end so it can stop. Okay, cool. It's ended now. All right, officially. Let's see here. Higher Perspective sent $13.99. Says in 2011, a book was written by a rapper called Professor Griff called The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, Illuminati Takeover of Hip Hop. He exposed Will Smith, Diddy, and more. Yes, I remember that. I've never read it, but I remember when Professor Griff was super popular on YouTube and he was blasting a lot of these people, a lot of these celebrities. He's speaking a lot of truth. I haven't watched anything he's done in a while, but I remember that book. I need to check it out because I've always heard it was a good book. So thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Kima A sent $9.99. Says if you have a chance, please look into the documentary on Drew Barrymore. Steven Spielberg, if you have a chance. Wow, I didn't know there was a documentary on Steven Spielberg and Drew Barrymore. I would definitely look that up and look more into it because I love documentaries. And I know Drew Barrymore went through a lot of stuff because I remember being a kid and watching her in the club, like videos of her in the club at like 10, drinking and smoking. And I'm like, how's she in the club? You know what I'm saying? It never made sense to me, but it was always, you know, dismissed as, oh, well, she's a celebrity. She's famous. It's not a big deal. Kids in Hollywood grow up, you know, quicker. And no, kids in Hollywood are still kids. And at the end of the day, kids should not be in clubs. I don't care what anybody says. So I'm definitely going to check that out. So thank you. Let's see here. Ebony says, born in 1980. Aaron Hall, Guy, Kels, PA. I interviewed PA, public announcement in college. Guy was over by then. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We need to do better. Send $4.99. Says Aaron Hall dropped names. I thought for sure one of them was Denzel. Is there a different Denzel other than the actor? I know. I was thinking that too. Like, why would Denzel be watching Aaron Hall smash somebody? So hopefully it's another Denzel. Cause yeah, that kind of like had me shook too when he named Denzel in that little tryst. I didn't get that at all. But thank you for the super chat. That girl Shasha sent $4.99. Says, hey T, please tell me a story about Diddy from the 90s. That man is no joke. Yes, he is not. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Lady Tia's t-shirt design sent $5. says on hold, but this 24-year-old just dropped the mic. Yeah, she did. She made a lot of really, really good points. Ty Rob sent $10. Says, man, this was a very informative stream. I love music, but damn, I grew up listening and singing along, never knowing the subliminals. This is a revealing age for sure. Yeah, the age of Aquarius is no joke. It's revealing a lot of things. So thank you so much, sis. Queen Q sent $5. Says, it was my birthday yesterday. Can I get a birthday shout out? Can I get back on the Discord for the 100th time? Why do you keep getting kicked out the Discord, ma'am? But happy belated birthday. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you also had a good Thanksgiving yesterday on your birthday. So thank you. Send me an email, okay? And we can get you back in the Discord. All right, Queen Q. Let's see here. All right, I think that's all the super chats. Man, we've been on here for 2.5 hours. Thank you guys so much for just coming through. I know it's impromptu, but once I heard that Aaron Hall video, I was like, yeah, we got to talk about this. I'm going to do 2 streams in 1 week. So thank y'all for coming through. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who called in. Sorry I couldn't get everybody in on the call. But to the ones who were able to get through, I appreciate y'all. Take care of yourselves. Look out for y'all's kids. Okay? Your sons and daughters. Because the grooming is real. The industry is dirty. You know what I'm saying? And just understand what you're getting into when you're chasing fame and trying to be a part of the industry. There's a very, very dark side. So just, be careful. But thank you guys so much. Everybody have a good night. Love you guys. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.